Welcome to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. I'm Lauren Hill, and I'm joined, as always, by Ken Oda and Evan Epstein, and we are getting you ready for Game 1 against Watertown in Watertown. Since the Shamrocks are one of the newest additions this year to the league, this is our first time traveling to Watertown, South Dakota. So what are y'all most excited for this weekend?
I'm excited to see a new building. I'm also excited they've done a pretty good job as far as building a fan base here, despite struggling on the ice. So really just excited to check out the whole new atmosphere and see what the buzz is about for myself.
Yeah, Ken, as you said, they have a strong fan base. That's fun to see. As a player, as a broadcaster, it just makes for a great environment, and it should be a fun night.
It's also, Evan, it's your first time traveling, so that's exciting. We'll be asking about that at tomorrow's pregame show. But let's take a look at the recap from last Saturday's 3-2 win over the Watertown Shamrocks.
After a scoreless first period, the Toros struck first in the second. Adam Mahler's shot was tipped in by John Small as the Toros got out to a 1-0 lead. Watertown was quick to respond as Alexander Visnapu found the back of the net just 2 minutes later, tying the game up at 1. The Shamrocks would then go on the power play as Landon Fleming headed to the box with holding. The Shamrocks would convert on that power play as Zach Boren was able to finish off a rebound from short range, giving the Shamrocks a 2-1 lead over the Toros. Just as if it seemed the Shamrocks had all the momentum, Gavin Middendorf responded with a shot from the right wing. It was Middendorf's 10th goal in 9 games with the Toros, and it tied it up at 2. Then, with under 5 minutes remaining in the second, John Small beat his defender down the ice, slid a pass into Braden Jockham's right in front of the net. Jocham scored his first goal as a Toro, and the game would finish Toros 3, Shamrocks 2. It was a particularly slow start for the Toros, who were outshot 8-1 to begin the game. The Shamrocks showed that they could compete with the Toros after suffering an 8-1 blowout loss on Friday night. There was a lot of physicality throughout the weekend, both before and after the whistle, which is going to make it very interesting as the Toros played the Shamrocks now back-to-back weekends.
All right, now let's turn our attention back to tonight's game against the Watertown Shamrocks. The look at the updated Noodles numbers brought to you by Noodles & Company of Minot. So with that weekend sweep last weekend against the Shamrocks, our Minotauros are 27-9-1 as we stand at second in the Central Division, as the Watertown Shamrocks are 9-26-3 as they stand at 8th in the Central Division.
Yeah, you look at going all the way through the head-to-head 4-0 in favor of the Toros. Goals per game, goals against per game, special teams all favor the Toros heavily, and that's what we've seen play out on the ice over the 4 meetings so far. If you're a Toros fan, you hope that continues.
Yeah, the Toros, without a doubt, dominate statistically, but it is important to point out that this is a Watertown team that's won 2 games in January against Austin. They swept the Minnesota Mallards. They were 1-18 between the months of October and November, which not only drags their record down, but it drags these stats down, and it's a team that they showed on Saturday. It's a little bit more competitive than these numbers indicate.
All right, and we'll be back with more of the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show after a quick word from our partners.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Welcome back. It's time to look at our Minotauros Booster Club players to watch, and I'm going to kick it off with my choice this game for Braden Jockams. He had 1 goal and 1 assist last weekend against the Shamrocks. Since he's joined the Minotauros team, he's looked to get more comfortable just playing with his line and with his team, as well as the fact that this is the second weekend we played Watertown. He'll be more comfortable playing this team back-to-back. That I just think Braden is someone to look out for.
No suspense here. I said from the start, I'm going to keep picking Jacko Hannison until he breaks the record. He needs 1 point to tie Trevor Stohoyak, 2 to pass him as the Toros' all-time leading scorer. Of note, the last 3 Friday games, he's had 2 points in each of them. So if that trend continues, tonight would be the night.
I'm taking the easy option here. I'm going Gavin Middendorf. I know I've used this stat a lot, 10 goals in 9 games with the Toros, but it's just shown how red hot he has been. Last weekend against the Shamrocks, he had 2 goals on Friday, and he had a goal on Saturday that tied the game up at 2. We'll see if he's in for another big weekend, this time at Watertown.
Yeah, you may have used that stat 1 or 2 times, but it's definitely a stat to keep blaring in people's faces. Gavin Middendorf has definitely been a choice since he's hopped on this team literally every pregame show, so I'm glad to see him there again. But that will lead us to our home key group keys to the game. Ken, what are your keys to tonight's game?
First home key group key to the game, I'm going with Plinko. The Shamrocks relied on the poke check pretty heavily last weekend, created a lot of weird bouncing puck plays that can disrupt the timing, but I think the Toros did a pretty good job of sticking with plays. It didn't create too much issue. Interestingly, they used it more in their defensive zone than in the offensive zone. So, while it creates chaos, it was mostly creating chaos in the Shamrocks end of the ice. So if the Toros can stick with that, hop on those bouncing pucks and get them to settle down, they can create some offense off of that. Second home key group key to the game would be cliffhangers. Toros are 5-4-1 in 1-goal games, 4-3-0 in 2-goal games. Then it starts to get better. 5-2-0 in 3-goal games and 11-0 in games decided by 4 or more goals. Toros need to learn from last Saturday when they did a pretty good job of closing out a 1-goal win. But again, you look at those close game numbers, and the Toros significantly closer to 500 than they are in games that are decided by 3 or 4 goals. So I'd like to see the Toros get better at playing close games. Of course, against the Shamrocks tonight, you maybe hope that it isn't as close of a game. And then my third home key group key to the game is punch a bunch. Second weekend in a row against what must be a frustrated team. Look out for fights. Look out for some score settling, especially if Davin Nichols draws back into the lineup. And also look for it to look a little bit more like Saturday night, where we saw some frustration after the whistle from the Shamrocks as the Toros continued to dominate the head-to-head series.
Yeah, Ken, you mentioned the Toros closing the game out on Saturday. Particularly down those final few minutes, the Toros really kept the puck in the Shamrocks zone, as Shamrocks goalie Phil Lachal was only able to come out of the net with about 20 seconds to go. Toros really didn't give them a chance to have the extra man advantage for the last couple of minutes of the game.
Yeah, and really, Toros have outscored opponents by 28 goals in the third period, so it's not like they've struggled to close out games. When entering the third, Toros are 21-0. So overall, Toros have been successful in close games and when leading in the third period, but you'd still like to see them, 5-4-1 in 1-goal games. You'd like to see them improve on that.
All right, we'll be back with more of the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show after this commercial break.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Minotauros fans, it's time to take out your phones and pull up the Toros mobile app for your chance to win prizes throughout tonight's game, starting with our 4 Bears Sportsbook over-unders. We have total Toros first period goals over-under 0.5.
I'm going to take the over here. The Toros average 3.78 goals per game, and the Shamrocks give up well over 3 goals per game. Toros had 3 in the first period on Friday, but it was scoreless throughout the first period on Saturday. I think the Toros start out hot here tonight, and I think they get on the board in the first.
Yeah, I think similarly, Toros scoring over 3 goals a game. That's more than 1 per period. Seems like they have been getting out to good starts. I didn't actually track first period success so far this season, so something maybe to go back and look at it. But it feels just anecdotally like the Toros do score in the first period, so I'm going over.
Yeah, I'm going to go based on the stat that Evan already mentioned, those 3 goals on Friday's first period. And just the way that we typically come out onto the ice on a Friday game when it's away, we're very just like teeth and nail. So I think that that's an easy one to go over. Our second one is total Toros power play opportunities over under 3.5.
I'm going to go under here. I think if you're Casey Curley and the Shamrocks, you know that discipline is probably a huge key to having a chance to upset this Toros team. You look at the Toros power play is ranked top in the league. The Shamrocks penalty kill 29th in the 35-team league, 78.95%. So for them, discipline will be key. I think they played a closer game last Saturday because they only gave the Toros 3 power play opportunities. So I would expect discipline to be a key factor for them and for this to go under.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty and the curse of having back-to-back weekends is you're able to study the team so closely that you're playing, but it's also you have to turn around and make those changes. And how we played last weekend, if we can do that again, obviously that's to our benefit there. But I definitely think that Watertown's coaching office has definitely seen some things and is going to try to change some things. So I'm going to go under for the 3.5.
I'm going to take the over here. While Watertown did a good job of staying out of the box last Saturday, that hasn't necessarily been the case the entire season. 563 penalty minutes is 4th most in the Central Division. I'd expect the Toros to have between 4 and 6 power plays tonight, so I'm taking the over.
All right, and that'll lead us to our last one, which is total Toros shots on goal over under 35.5. I'm going to go over here. Just both of our games last weekend were above 40 shots on goal, and I think that just the way that we've been playing, especially in the beginning of 2025, I think this is an easy over.
I think this one could come down to how competitive the game is. You saw on Friday the Toros let up a little bit in the 3rd period. I think this is going to be a little bit of a closer game throughout, especially the first 2 periods. Toros are going to get a lot of shots in on net. I expect them to be upwards of 40 shots on goal tonight, which means I'm taking the over here.
And I'm going to take the over as well. Toros 41 shots both Friday and Saturday night last weekend. Really, this group plays their best hockey when they are getting lots of shots on goal. And we haven't seen much from Watertown as far as being able to slow this group down for a full 60-minute game. So even with the slow start on Saturday last weekend, the Toros were able to get to that 40 number. So I'm going over as well.
All right, we all agreed on that one. And that'll bring us to our McDonald's Toros trivia. How many Toros will be representing the team at the Top Prospects event that is happening middle of February? Your answer options are 4, 5, 6, or 7. We all know the answer to this question, so we are not going to answer it, but please put in your answers, and maybe you'll win something tonight, and Ken will announce your name. But other than that, do y'all have any final thoughts on tonight's game in Watertown against the Watertown Shamrocks?
Yeah, I think assistant coach Tyler Ebner said it best on Toros All Access earlier this week. The Toros are excited to play on the road. They're excited to play in a new barn in front of a lot of fans. Sometimes teams are a little bit intimidated in playing in a rowdy road environment, whereas the Toros kind of embrace it, and they're excited to see how it goes tonight in Watertown.
Yeah, Toros very successful on the road, 14-3-0 on the season. Best record in the division when on the road. Second best record overall on the road behind Lone Star, who's 14-1-2. So playing on the road is good for the Toros. Also of note, Toros 7 wins already this month. They've had 3 months under Cody Campbell that they've won 8 games in a month, so a chance to tie that mark. Franchise best month was November of 2013 when they went 9-2, but a chance to have one of the best months in Toros history if they can close it out with a win tonight.
Yeah, I would like to say that we're manifesting there and we're not crossing fingers, any of that. Manifesting winning streak there. All right, and that'll do it for the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. We'll send you out for one more break, and then Ken and Evan will be back with the drop of the puck right here on the Minotauros Network.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is way weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union. My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union. I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community. What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family-oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first. I'll always remember when I first started, I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers. We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever, and it brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hill.
And I'm Evan Epstein.
And we host Toros All Access every Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Central.
We cover everything you need to know about the Minotauros, previewing upcoming series, interviewing players and coaches, and breaking down game footage.
You can watch on Facebook or YouTube to keep up with the Minotauros.
Hey, I'm Yasser. You're watching Minotauros hockey on NAHLTV.com.
And the horn sounds. Toros, our Central Division champions. Drives in. Ian Spencer. Hands off far side, shrugged away by Lucas Sweden. Ooh, he shot it in. Toros win. Shot it in. Toros win. John Evans is second of the night. Is there a better place to play junior hockey than Minot, North Dakota? Hello and welcome inside the premier rink at the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. As always, I am Ken Oda. Evan Epstein is alongside. We're ready to bring you Toros and Shamrocks for the first time ever from Watertown, South Dakota. Evan, beautiful building they've got here, and Toros hoping to spoil what looks to be a pretty big party tonight.
Yeah, it's a packed house here at Prairie's Lakes Ice Arena, but the Toros play well on the road, and they carry a 7-game winning streak into this matchup. Toros swept the Shamrocks last weekend 8-1 and 3-2, as Saturday's game was much more competitive than Friday night's.
Shamrocks control the draw and dump it into the Toro end. Spinning on the near wall, Adam Mahler finds it, looks to kick it up the boards. It's poked free. Uhala can't find the handle either. Mahler does. Adam Mahler looks up ice, glove down to the stick by Batten. Batten spins ahead. He missed Uhala. It'll be picked up by Vishnapu. Vishnapu backpedals in his own zone, banks one out to neutral. Too hot for anyone to handle. Eventually the Shamrocks settle it down, but it'll be taken over by Jack Ohannesson. Ohannesson looking up ice. That pass was off the mark. Vishnapu comes to the near side and Shepard. Shepard looking up ice. It's batted up and into the Toro zone by Boren. Shamrocks scurry off to change. Toros look to get out of their own zone. Batten banks ahead. Yohala has Mindorf with him. They gain the line. Yohala looks backside. He wanted Spencer. Spencer catches the carom off the wall and then spins it in behind the net. It'll be picked up by the Shamrocks. Bartley banks ahead. A good stick by Mindorf broke up that play, but he couldn't control the puck, and it's out to neutral, picked up by the Toros there. Clark ahead, touched into the zone by Spencer. It'll ring in behind the net. Able to find it first is Small. Small had Spencer going in the middle. It's tipped. It goes back to the point. Toros still control. Spencer turning on the far wall. Looks to walk the goal line. Spence, can he wrap it around? He cannot. He lost the puck to the high slot. Now a long shot. That sails wide. Far side, Mindorf picks up the loose change. Loose stick on the ice as well. Shot. That goes wide for Mindorf. Near side, Small. Small tries to play it to himself off the wall. That doesn't work. Mindorf finds the loose change. He tries to spin off the near side. It's taken over by the Shamrocks, however. Lefevre hands off, and heading up the far side wall is McKesh. McKesh taken down cleanly, it would seem, as the referee's arm stays down. And the Toros start up the near side. Small touches it into the zone. Toros peel off to change. Back on it first is Carter. Carter banks ahead, touched into the Toro zone and swatted right back out. Picked up by Jockums.
Toros have been creating a lot of good pressure in the neutral ice. That led to a long possession time in the Shamrock zone just a couple of possessions ago, where Gavin Middendorf had the cleanest look on net, but it was just a little bit wide. I want to say right, but we got a tough angle looking at the cage behind Phil Lashaw here.
Yeah, fans, if you're curious about our perspective, I tweeted out a picture on my personal Twitter, @Ken_Oda. You can get a look at what our view looks like. Several fans checking in on social media. We've got Lucas Semstead from back in the Magic City, Gerald Morgan, the Carbos from a tournament in Bemidji, Kim Nelson checking in from Minot, Liz Miller correctly identifies the home key group keys to the game as being Price is Right games. The question is, why did I go with Price is Right themed keys today? Anyone pick that one up as this is dumped in? It rings to the near side. Noah Gibbs couldn't find the handle. Neither could Owens. Jockums breaks up the clearing attempt, and Noah Gibbs finds it. Noah Gibbs spun down by Shepard, but manages to play the puck into the near corner. Jockums wins it there. Jockums in front. Quick shot. That goes wide for Noah Gibbs. Perreault pinches down the wall, guides it in behind the Toro, or behind the Shamrock net. Shamrocks take over there, and Shepard banks one down. It went off Ty James, so it won't go for icing. Perreault back to play.
Yeah, Noah Gibbs was all over the ice there on that possession for the Toros. A diving play to keep it in the zone. Had a shot, but it wasn't on target.
Toros control in neutral. This is Perreault while his mates change. Perreault buys time and then rings the puck. Sabulis on the far side couldn't pick it up. Along the boards, Edwards finds it, works it down low for Nichols. Nichols working behind the net, tried to work it to the front, but Doobie cut it off before it got to Sabulis. Sabulis breaks up that pass, and the Toros will take over in neutral. Near side, Mahler looking up ice. Nichols fanned on it. It ended up tipping off his stick and going up and out of play for a whistle.
And Ken, so far in this game, it's been the Toros that have had the extended possessions in the Shamrock zone. We're just 3 minutes and now 17 seconds into this matchup, but the Shamrocks have failed to get pressure in front of the net of Lucas Vedin.
Draw at center, controlled by the Rocks. Sergat dumps it in. Sweden couldn't stop that. Far side, thrown to the middle. Pinball play, and the puck ends up in the corner. Taken over by Fleming. He just hoists one down the ice. They'll wave off icing, so Sergat has to play. Mahler to the middle for Sabulis. His shot's blocked by Carter to the far side corner. Sergat played up the wall. Edwards cut it off, however. Edwards pinned there. Sabulis taken into the scrum as well, and the puck will come to the near side. Thrown out to neutral. Mahler steps up there. Battles against a Shamrock. And eventually it squirts free. Mahler tries to carry into the zone, but Carter broke that up. Develka can't clear the zone. Nichols dumps it right back to Develka. Near side, Carter. Carter rings it to the far. O'Hannison finds this, tries to swat it down into the corner, but it's cut off and thrown out to neutral. Toros dump it right back in. Not seeing any shots on goal credited yet for either side. Not sure if that's just a scoreboard malfunction or if we really haven't seen a save yet. This is Tui turning on the near wall. Tui spins it down to Uhala. Uhala turning up by the blue line along the near wall for Batten. Batten. His pass is cut off by Sproul. It was intended for O'Hannison.
And Ken, you mentioned that we haven't seen a shot on goal either side. Svedin definitely hasn't had to make a save, and it's hard to tell if the Toros have had one on net here on the near side.
O'Hannison, he tries a shot. That one's blockered away, so now we should see if they put them on the board or not, and still not showing any shots. So we'll have to figure out how we're going to track these, as there's a quick shot and a goal on the rush. The Shamrocks strike first.
It's a great pass there from Alexander Visnapu to get it into William Shepard. Shepard had it from close range on the net, and Lucas Vedin on the first shot he faced couldn't stop it as the Shamrocks get out to a hot start here at home. And Visnapu, yeah, you see there just dumping it in. A short pass, but well done nonetheless.
Now we'll have a delay. As they say, Spencer and LaFear were encroaching. Finally, play restarts. Toss across the near side, picked up by Mindorf. Mindorf shot. Save made. No rebound given. As the Toros pick up their second shot on goal this evening. More social media check-ins. We've got the Brits checking in from home. The Okasons are in Minot.
And Ken, now these next few minutes are crucial for the Toros. You give up an early goal on the road, but how do you respond? Can you strike back in the first period, and can you head into the locker room with some momentum? Still a lot of time to go in the first.
Shamrocks control the draw, work it out to neutral. Toros touch up and dump it back in. Near corner, Spencer on it, able to poke it free. Ian Spencer finds the handle in the high slot, carries to the far side, comes back across for Mindorf. Mindorf shot blocked, loose out front, picked up by the Shamrocks first. It's Rice. He throws to the middle of the ice, dangerous pass. No Toros there, however, to make him pay. Shamrocks will start up ice on the near side, carried ahead by Doobie. He lost the handle. Toros roll it in behind the net.
Great play by Spencer last possession. A little bit of hesitation, pulled the defenders toward him, opened up the passing lane to Gavin Middendorf, who then had the clear shot on net.
This is Doobie back in his own zone, throws up the wall. He works it ahead. Ginger. Ginger taken down. No call coming. Shamrock fans trying to make the call themselves from the stands, but doesn't work that way. Near side, Noah Gibbs pokes it into the zone. Sergat takes over. Noah Gibbs working against him. Eventually Ginger finds it and rolls out to neutral. Adam Mahler takes over there. He lost the handle, but it comes right back to him. Mahler hands to Owens. Owens for Noah Gibbs. Adam Mahler down low. Working behind the net. Throws it in front, but a good stick by Gardner breaks it up. Mahler punched that down the wall. Mahler slow to get up. Meanwhile, Shamrocks working the other way. It's Ginger. Ginger, shot from a tough angle, goes wide and rides the glass. Toros shovel it ahead, not out. Now the whistle goes. Did it hit someone on the bench?
Well, right before Ginger sent it around the boards, Jockham's a diving play to prevent a pass coming through the slot, which forced the action away from the net.
We've got Kim Bartel checking in from Bozeman. The Coreys from Glenburn. The Hyatts are at Fort Hyatt. Wally and the Mucks in Minot. Aunt Dee and O'Hanny's dad are tuned in on NATV. Charles Wilburn checking in from home. And O'Hanny's mom watching from Michigan. I'm sure, like most Toro fans, all the O'Hannison family hoping to see a record tonight. This is Vishnupoo from his own zone. Looks ahead. That missed everyone, and they wave off the icing for reasons. And the puck moved along to the near side. It's Edwards. Edwards fails to clear. Vishnupoo kept it at the point. A long shot. Save made. Rebound loose in front. Hacked at. And eventually punched to the corner. Jordan Gibbs works it up the wall. Nichols with a reverse hit, but he lost the handle. Now delayed call coming as Jordan Gibbs just tackled a Shamrock who was driving the net.
So the Toros are going to go on the Papa John's penalty kill here with 12:23 to go in the first period. And the Shamrocks, after getting on the board just a couple of minutes ago, have come out with all of the momentum here on Friday night to begin this series.
Here's another look at the penalty. Maybe. Toros to the kill. Top-ranked, or third-ranked kill in the league, 88.79%. Watertown, 13.38 on the power play, ranks 29th. John Small takes over, and he's going to play some keep away and just go for a skate. Small and Spencer working a two-man game. Eventually, Shamrocks get it back, but there's only a minute 33 left on their man advantage.
Spencer just got a skate on that one to keep it in the Shamrock zone. That'll waste some precious time here off of the Shamrocks power play.
Doobie hands into Ginger, who then shoots one that's deflected up and out of play for a whistle. 11:42 to play in period number one. Still a minute 19 on the Papa John's PK for the Toros.
You mentioned John Small and Ian Spencer playing keep away on the penalty kill. They've played together since they were kids, and very often on the penalty kill, you'll see them working together just to get that puck down into the Shamrock zone. One of them is going to go and jam it up against the boards, waste seconds off, while the other retreats in case the Shamrocks break away.
4 shorthanded goals on the year for the Toros. Had 2 breakaway chances last Saturday, failed to convert either one. Batten's pressure forces the Shamrocks all the way down into their own zone. Owens out there as well.
And Ian Spencer had the last shorthanded goal for the Toros. Came on January 4th against the North Iowa Bulls.
Shamrocks failed to gain the zone. Now they've got a man in offside. They had to wait a moment. Now they'll set up their power play. Banked to the point. Vishnupoo back down to the half wall. Pass into the middle, broken up. Second try, pinballs around it, ends up at the point for Vishnupoo. Far point, near point Vishnupoo. Hands down into the corner, centering feed finds no one. LaFear on the far side, caught the carom off the wall, works it to the goal line. They look back door, they missed Vishnupoo. Up top, shot coming, shot blocker save, rebound high in the air, it lands in the near circle, scooped up by Owens. 9 seconds left on the kill, Owens looking to attack. Throws one on net, that's gloved and played by LaChat. LaFear will carry ahead. Into the zone, Toros come full strength. Meanwhile, that puck goes up and out of play.
So Lucas Svedin has now seen 5 shots from the Shamrocks. Svedin has been one of the best goaltenders in the league, second in save percentage, third in goals average against. And he let the first one by, but looked very comfortable ever since then, particularly there on the penalty kill.
David Van Lith checking in at home. The Neubauers are aboard as well. The Thompsons checking in from Florida. The Bookers are at home. Tony Sanders watching on NATV from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Tiffany Russell suggesting that there was a lady from Watertown that was on The Price is Right. That may be true. But actually, I went with Price is Right theme because Bob Barker was raised in South Dakota.
Did not know that.
As we take a look at our point leaders, Jack O'Hannison and Ian Spencer with 46 apiece. Jesse Ohala with 45, Batten with 43, and then John Small in fifth with 38 points. For the Toros, who have no points yet this evening.
Well, for the Toros, when you average 3.78 goals per game, you're going to see a lot of guys get up there in the point totals. All 5 of those guys averaging over a point per game this season.
We'll give fans another 2 minutes to get their Forebears over-under guesses locked in before we shut that down. Chance to win a stay-and-play package from our friends at Forebears as the Toros dump this in. Fleming down low, pokes at it. It rolls in behind the Shamrock net. They control there and bank it ahead on the far side. It's Gallo. Gallo, long shot, save made. Rebound comes to the near side wall. Down into the corner for McKesh. McKesh gets help from Rice up to the point. Long shot, easy stick save for Swedes.
You've seen the Shamrocks taking a lot of shots from just inside the blue lines. They're trying to screen up right in front of the net of Svedin. They did so on the power play, but couldn't get anyone there to disrupt Svedin's eye line.
This is Spence rolling it for Small in the corner. It comes out to Middendorf for a shot that missed up over the net and out of play. Shots are 7-3 in favor of the Shamrocks. Make that 7-4 now. They'll say that one went off the goaltender and out of play.
And every time you see Gavin Middendorf with the puck, you wonder if it's going into the back of the net. That's just how good he has been with the Toros. Mentioned it in the pregame show. 10 goals in 9 games, just a little bit high there, but he might have had a little bit of space up over the near side shoulder of Phil Lashaw.
Shamrocks control. Off the draw, Toros take it away. Batten up top to the point and Tui. Tui banks down low. Yohala. And the Shamrock net is off, which leads to a whistle.
Oh, Yohala was coming from the goal line up to the near side. Would have had a clean shot from the right wing. Tough break there for the Toros.
So we get another look at that net coming free. Yohala coming out of the corner.
And Yohala is
and you can see the goaltender extend his left arm and push that net off. Something to keep an eye on as this game progresses. Puck jammed out to neutral. Toros dump it back in but can't retrieve. It's Vishnapu. Into the middle. They look far side, passes off the mark, picked up by Yohala. Yohala ahead for O'Hannison. O'Hannison gains the line, hands off far side, Batten. Batten forced to turn, tries to feed it back to O'Hannison, but it's broken up. Batten takes it away. Yohala trying to cut to the middle, forced to the corner, jams it to the side of the net. O'Hannison had the puck loose. And then some pushing and shoving.
Well, it's a great job by the Toros on the forecheck to take control of the puck, get it in toward the net of Lashaw, where Lashaw, it was unclear if he covered it up or if it stayed loose, but nonetheless the whistle blows. So
the puck was definitely behind the net. I just don't know if Lashaw had it for a moment before O'Hannison was able to free it up.
We're doing our best guesswork up here in the broadcasting booth.
Paul and Susan Zielikowski are in Deming, New Mexico. Dorothy Small watching from Orland Park. The Knights checking in from Arizona. Christine Wally watching from OKC. Cheering on a couple of former Oklahoma Warriors, Landon Fleming and Carter Sproul. Far side half wall, Shamrocks control. Roll it in behind the net. They dump it behind Swedes' net. Ty James plays the body. They go all the way to the half wall. Still neither team able to gain possession. Eventually, Noah Gibbs finds it. Hands off to Jockums. Jockums dumps it into the near side corner. Shamrocks get there first and hammer it up the near wall out to neutral. Adam Mahler right back to Braden Jockums, who's on the attack. Jockums had the game winner last Saturday. Spins it in behind the net. Mahler couldn't find it. Carter does. Carter throws out to neutral. Fleming tried to dump it in. He hit his own man, Noah Gibbs, in the stomach instead.
Yeah, Gibbs going to head off for a quick change. Looks like he's all right. It might have caught him in the hand.
Backhand try for Sproul, gloved and held by Swedes. 7:29 left to go here in period number 1. Toros still trail 1-0.
And the Shamrocks lead in shots on goal, 8-4, despite the fact that the Toros have had about the same amount of time in the Shamrocks' possession. Of course, the Shamrocks did go on the power play. That gave them a few more shots there as we take another look at Sproul. Went to the backhand, but Svedin was ready.
Draw to the left of Swedes. Controlled by the Toros. Mindorf through neutral off a feed from Spencer. Tries to crisscross with Small, miscommunication, but Mindorf finds the puck, plays back to Mahler, who tees one up. Goes wide, rebound, hacked it at the side of the net, and Spence couldn't settle it down.
If he and Spencer had put that puck down, he would have had a clear shot just to tap it in.
Would have been an interesting call, though. The Shamrocks net was dislodged again. Goaltender put it back on the goal line himself after the play moved up ice. Toros dump it in. Mindorf on the near side, hammers around to the far side. Small gets there, carries down the wall, met by a Shamrock and played to the near side. Mindorf couldn't find it. Spence keeps it alive for a moment, but McKesh dumps out to neutral. Jordan Gibbs quickly up for Small. Small to the near side. Mindorf holds, tries to jam one into the middle, but McKesh takes it away. Kept at the point by Jordan Gibbs. Hands off Spence. Ian Spencer holding, finds space. Now he'll look to drive in, looks backside. Perot shot it wide. And now the whistle goes. I think the Shamrocks net was off again.
And that's something, this is the first time the Toros have played in Watertown, and you don't know what type of issues you're going to have when you come to a new barn. This one was definitely unexpected, but that's now the third time that it's come undone, even though we've only had 2 whistles for it.
They do not have the NHL style drilled in marsh pegs like we have the benefit of having in Minot.
It was a beautiful pass, though, across from Spencer to find Perot.
Quick shot for O'Hannison, doesn't go off the draw. Jordan Gibbs overskated the puck, and as Shamrocks jam it out to neutral, it was Rice. Yohala picks it off on the back check. Has trouble in front of the Toro bench. Batten there as well to help. They eventually swat it out to neutral. It gets by Shepard, who then has trouble with the linesman as well. O'Hannison couldn't take it away cleanly. Yohala does. Shot goes wide. O'Hannison couldn't direct the rebound towards the cage. Pinching down the wall is Perot. Perot works behind the net. Tried to feed it out for Yohala. He does. Yohala can't get free to pull the trigger on the shot. And the puck out to neutral.
And there were 3 Shamrocks surrounding Jesse Yohala there. Not much he could have done.
Batten with a nice play off the wall. Feeds across Ty James. Shot blocked. Yohala finds it. Yohala tries to hand to O'Hannison at the side of the net. It's broken up, but Yohala gets it back. Now I'll work a cycle in the far corner. O'Hannison jammed it to the slot, but he missed Batten, and Ginger picks up for the Shamrocks. They dump it down in the Toro zone. Ty James back on it. Leaves on the near side. Ginger takes it away and then promptly turns it over to Billy Batten. Batten drops for Edwards. Edwards into the zone. Tries to leave for Sabulis, tipped back to Edwards. Far side, Shamrocks take over. Chartier dumped it down low. Nichols jams it back up the wall. A shot through traffic never got through, and now Sabulis finds some space in neutral. Gains the red line, dumps it in. The shot swats it into the corner. Sir got hit by Nichols. Carter took a stick to the helmet. The referee's back was turned. Far side, puck's out to neutral. Chartier into the zone, hits the brakes, looks to feed it in the middle. It's broken up nicely by the Toros and thrown out to neutral. 4:13 left to play here in period number 1. Toros trail 1-0. Thrown to the middle of the ice, broken up by Noah Gibbs. Near side. Back to Mahler in the corner.
And Ken, one thing we haven't seen this game that we saw a lot last weekend was the physicality. And just as I'm saying that, a big hit up into the boards. Davin Nichols was ejected in game 1, spent 44 minutes in the penalty box. You saw a lot of fighting between both sides, both Friday and Saturday, but haven't seen any of it here in the first period.
This is Jochums on the attack. Nice drag move. Gains the goal line. Tries to stuff one through. LeShot able to shut the door on the 5-hole and hold on for a whistle.
Well, Phil LeShot has looked much more comfortable both in game 2 last series and tonight. He's now made all 6 saves. 38 saves and 3 goals allowed on Saturday. He was pulled early on last Friday when he allowed 4 goals on 23 shots.
Darlene Edwards checking in from Toronto, Canada, and the Spencers are in New Lenox, Illinois. Shamrocks win the draw and sail it down the ice. Jordan Gibbs able to chip it out to neutral, but the Shamrocks take over there. This is Vishnapu from his own zone. Looks up ice for Rice, but pass doesn't connect. Shepard, who has the game's only goal, plays up the far wall into the Toro zone. Lucas out of his net, guides to the near side. Noah Gibbs across to the near side. Hubert Clark gained the line, fed it into the middle for Middendorf. Middendorf forced to turn to stay away from Ginger, plays back to Hubert Clark at the point. Shot in, blocked off by traffic. Vishnapu plays up the wall, Clark keeps it. Turns it over to Vishnapu, who promptly fires it into the crowd, and that hit a little guy. Is he okay? My goodness.
We hope everyone's all right. Seems as if it is that way.
I think it actually got Dad in the elbow.
Well, we hope Dad's all right as well, but that is definitely, we'd rather hit Dad in the elbow than catch a young fan.
Yeah.
So.
Offensive zone draw coming for the Toros. Small and Sproul, nose to nose in the dot. Spencer controls, guides it back to the point. Ty James back to Spencer in the high slot, tries a shot that goes up and over. Mindorf finds the rebound, throws it in front, no one home for the Toros. Ty James able to keep this at the point and dump it down low for Small. Small let it roll to the far side. Spence keeps it back down the wall for Small. Into the middle for Mindorf for a tip that didn't go. And the Shamrocks just chucked this out to neutral. Spence couldn't find the handle. He just caught a stick up high. Small. Toros couldn't gain the line cleanly, so they have to regroup, allowing the Shamrocks to dump this down the ice, and it goes for an icing.
First icing of the game, and as always, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. And just there on the other end, John Small threw a beautiful pass into Gavin Middendorf. Middendorf had it from point blank, but it's tough to try and redirect that one with any force on net.
Draw will be to the left of LeShaw.
Looks to be Yahala and Sproul taking this one.
Quick shot for Ohannesson, stopped by LeShaw. Follow-up try, gloved and held as well. Toros. 2 quick shots on goal. Now shot on goal margin 8-7 in favor of the Shamrocks, who lead by 1 in the score as well.
Well, a lot of times Cody Campbell will set up those plays off of the faceoffs, but that one didn't go right back to Ohanesen. It went to Billy Batten. Batten quickly tapped it back to Ohanesen, which led to the 2 quick shots.
This is Batten behind the net. He's hauled down right in front of the official. Ohanesen finds the puck, chips it in behind. Toros throw it out front. Ohanesen couldn't quite scoop that and turn around to shoot. This is Yohala. Yohala leaves for Fleming. Fleming banks down for Mahler. Mahler works it to the far side. Yohala couldn't center. The Shamrocks work the puck out to neutral. Swedes out of his net. Chips to the far side. Batten able to jam it out to neutral on Yohala. Yohala missed Ohanesen and got rocked in front of the Shamrock bench. This is Mahler carrying down low. Throws one off the goaltender from a tough angle. That doesn't go, and now we have a race the other way. Good defense by Fleming. Prevents the Shamrocks from even turning that into a chance. Now we have Ohanesen on the attack. Ohanesen near side, stop, go move. Shot, save made. Lashaw will choose to hold on. 58.3 left to go here in period number 1. Toros still trail by 1. Draw will be to the left of Lashaw. Controlled by the Shamrocks. Shepard fed it into the middle. Falling try doesn't go. And now the Toros look to turn it up ice. This is Mindorf handing for Spencer. Spencer tried to hand off to Mindorf as they crisscross. Now a turnaround try. That's blocked in front by Chartier. Chartier gains the red line and rolls it deep into the Toro zone. Final minute of play is brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. There's actually only 27 seconds left as this is gathered up by Mindorf. Able to work out of the zone, but not much farther. Final 19 as the Shamrocks work backwards. This is Sergat to the far side. Bounce into the Toro zone. Arm up for icing, but Swedes played it, which negates the icing. Toros would have had an offensive zone draw with about 15 seconds. But the mental mistake by the Toro goaltender will mean the period ends with the Toros trailing 1-0, and then a very late shot thrown off Swedes' leg. Spencer takes exception. Toros trail 1-0 here after 1 period. It'll be down at ice level. Evan will have Landon Fleming in just a moment. As we hit the first break, Toros trail 1-0. We'll recap the scoring for you. It came 5:07 into this one. William Shepard is second of the season. Alexander Vishnapu, his 5th assist. The only goal to speak of so far tonight. Final shot totals finish in a 9-9 draw. So we hope to hear from him down at ice level. Only penalty of the period, Jordan Gibbs, 2 minutes for tripping. It came at 7:37. But Watertown failed to convert. We'll look at out-of-town scores while we wait. Danbury. Actually, I'm being told we're going to go out to break. When we come back, we'll have Evan down in the bench.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
Welcome back inside the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. I think we have Evan downstairs. Maybe. So let's just go audio only. We can't get the camera feed.
Landon Fleming. Landon, the defenseman that created a lot of opportunities in the first period. What do you see out there?
Yeah, I mean, the rushes are going to be there. There's going to be a lot of 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, just because they throw a lot of guys below the circles in the ozone. So the rushes are there. D will be open. We just got to execute better, a lot better.
Toros trail 1-0 in the first intermission. What do you guys need to do to get back in this game?
Like everything. That was probably our worst 20 of the whole year. That was bad. We got 40 minutes, which is good, but we got to be a lot better than that. That wasn't good enough.
All right, thanks, Landon.
That was Evan Epstein with Landon Fleming. We're going to send you out to break, let Evan get back upstairs, and then we'll come back with the out-of-town scores and a breakdown of period number 1 on the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit CircleSanitation.com. The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
I'm Connor Tui, and you're watching Minotauros Hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back into the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. You've got the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report. Toros trail these Shamrocks by a score of 1-0. Here in the first break, you've got Ken Oda, Evan Epstein to my left. Evan, you were down on the ice as the guys came off. Obviously, we heard Flem. He was not thrilled with the first 20 minutes. How about the rest of the group?
Obviously no one's thrilled to come off trailing 1-0, particularly against a team that the Toros beat 8-1 last Friday. But I don't think this was a group that was hanging their heads. I think this is a group going into the locker room that's going to focus on what they need to improve in the second period, which, as Landon Fleming said, that is everything.
I don't think it was as catastrophic as Flem maybe made it sound. Shots are 9-9. You gave up the one early one. You haven't had a power play yet, but, I can think of worse 20-minute stretches this team has had, unfortunately. You think of maybe that third period collapse against Austin right before Christmas break comes to mind. But, yeah, not a lot went well for the Toros in maybe the first 7-8 minutes of that game, but I thought they turned it around in the second half of the period. Just couldn't score, and part of that was a couple scoring chances wiped out by the Shamrock goal coming loose.
You look at shots on goal, it's 9-9. Shamrocks led shots on goal 8-4, so you look at down the stretch in that first period, it was the Toros who had all the pressure in terms of getting shots on goal, and ultimately they just couldn't cash in. There were a couple of passes in front. Gavin Middendorf had one from point blank, but just couldn't get his stick on the puck to redirect it in toward Phil Lashaw. A couple close opportunities, but like we said, the Toros just haven't converted quite yet.
Taking a peek at our Four Bears Casino and Lodge over-unders, we have one answer already. Toros first period goals. That goes under. 95.1% of the fans playing at home, including all of us on the Farmers Union pregame show, took the over. So only about 5% of the fans playing still alive. Of course, we still have to see if the Toros can get to 3.5 power play opportunities and 35.5 shots on goal. If the Toros do go over on that, I have a pretty good feeling about the rest of tonight's game.
Yeah, but as we just said, the Shamrocks haven't gone to the penalty box yet this game, which is surprising given how physical that series was in Minot. But the Shamrocks have looked disciplined out there. The one penalty that the Toros committed, it wasn't an egregious penalty. I think it was Jordan Gibbs that went to the box for tripping. But you haven't seen that physicality after the whistle, except when the first period ended. Ian Spencer was getting into it.
Well, and I think for Gibbs, that was a good penalty to take. He was beaten. The guy he tripped had the lane to the front of the net. Toros penalty kill ranks third in the league. I think you take your chances with giving the other team the man advantage as opposed to letting a player walk in on Swedes all alone.
And the Toros were very solid on the penalty kill, particularly over those first 80 to 90 seconds. They really kept it out of the Toros zone. The Shamrocks did get to set up an offense over those final 30 seconds, got a shot or two in on Svedin. But other than that, not much in the way of danger for the Toros on the penalty kill. And that's almost when you saw the momentum start to shift, was coming off the penalty kill. That's when the Toros got some shots in on the Shamrocks.
Take a look at out-of-town scores. New Jersey up 2-1 on Johnstown. That is in period number 2. Also in the second period, Elmira and Maryland tied at 3 aside. New Hampshire and Philly are scoreless mid-second. Mid-second in Rochester, the Nordiques on the road are even with the Junior Americans, 2-2 there. Excuse me, Midwest Division scores, Wisconsin and Chippewa, they're tied at the first break. Same for St. Cloud and Minnesota, the Mallards. A 1-1 draw at home with St. Cloud. That one is 6:50 left to play in period number 2. Janesville, a 1-0 lead on the road at the Nelson Center, taking on the Springfield Junior Blues. Colorado and the Mudbugs, they're tied at 2 after 1. Aberdeen hosting Austin. That one about to hit the first break. Still no score there. North Iowa in Bismarck. That game tied at 1 aside, nearing the first intermission. Odessa and New Mexico, they're even at aces. That one's middle first. Corpus and Lone Star, they're scoreless about 9 minutes in. Not yet underway. Amarillo visits El Paso, and then Fairbanks is at Anchorage, and the Minnesota Wilderness are in Kenai. We'll take a short commercial break here on the Minotauros Network. Come back with more of the Four Bears Casino Lodge Intermission Report after these messages.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is way weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts, and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Keeps you rolling down the road.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hill.
And I'm Evan Epstein.
And we host Toros All Access every Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Central.
We cover everything you need to know about the Minotauros, previewing upcoming series, interviewing players and coaches, and breaking down game footage.
You can watch on Facebook or YouTube to keep up with the Minotauros.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Welcome back to the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena and the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. Let's take a look at some other scores around the hockey world. We'll kick it off with college scores. Niagara and Sacred Heart are tied at 2 in the third. End of 2, Robert Morris and Mercyhurst, they're tied at 2. RIT visiting Air Force, that's not reporting. Penn State a 4-2 lead on Michigan in the third. Wisconsin up 2-0 on Minnesota.
Yeah, Ken, you know my eyes shot to that Wisconsin score as soon as you opened that page.
No points yet for any of the Toro alum there, although Gavin Morrissey, a Austin Bruin alum, with an assist for Wisconsin tonight. Michigan State up 3-1 on Ohio State. Let's see if Danny Russell has anything. I know he's been out of the lineup a bit lately. It looks like he is back in the lineup. 4 shots on goal, but no points yet for the Toro alum. Minnesota State up 1-0 on St. Thomas. Bowling Green and Northern Michigan, they're even at aces. Lake State 3-2 on Augustana. Let's see. No familiar names in this. Actually, Owen Baumgartner, assist for Augustana. Toro alum there. Ferris State 2-1 lead on Bemidji State, ECAC action. Colgate and Clarkson are scoreless. Quinnipiac 3-2 over Dartmouth. Harvard 2-1 over Princeton. Brown 5-3 over RPI in the third. That's another one that could have some Toro alum on the score sheet. As I quickly scan through, it does not look like there are, however. Looking, Cornell trails St. Lawrence 2-1. That also could have a Toro alum. No one on the score sheet, though. Yale 3-2 over Union. Hockey East, Boston University 3-1 over New Hampshire. Maine 2-1 over Northeast. UMass 2-1 over Merrimack. Providence 2-1 over UConn. Let's see if Houston Cartman has anything there. Boston College up 2-0. Houston Cartman not in the lineup tonight. NCHC, Colorado College and Western Michigan, they're scoreless. Omaha visits Denver. Arizona State up 4-0 on Miami. And St. Cloud State up 1-0 on UND. Non-conference action, Long Island gets a 4-2 win over Stonehill. I guarantee there's some Toro alum involved in that one. Let's see, was Noah Ruprecht not in the pipes tonight, so my guarantee was meaningless. Alaska and Anchorage later tonight, and Simon Fraser at Canadian College takes on Lindenwood as well.
And taking a look in the NHL, only 4 NHL games going on tonight. Predators and Sabres knotted at 3, just over a minute to play in the second period there. Stars a 1-0 lead over the Canucks at the first intermission. Blue Jackets and the Utah Hockey Club set to drop the puck at 8 p.m. Central, as is the game between the Blues and the Colorado Avalanche.
Well, that'll do it for the Four Bears Casino Lodge intermission report through the first intermission. We'll take a commercial break, come back in about 2.5 minutes with the start of period number 2. Toros trail the Shamrocks 1-0 here on the Minotauros Network.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
I'm Draco Hammerson. You're watching Minotauros Hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Well, welcome back inside the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. As always, I'm Ken Oda. Evan Epstein is alongside, getting ready to start period number 2. Toros trail the Shamrocks by a score of 1-0. Shots on goal even at 9 aside. Through the first period, the Shamrocks have the game's only goal on the game's only power play. The goal did not come on the power play, however.
And that goal came on the first shot of the game from the Shamrocks. It was William Shepard who picked up his second goal of the season. Alexander Visnapu got the assist. As
we have a whistle here. No one closed the door where the Shamrocks come on the ice.
There was a puck on the ice down by the Toros goal line. So one of the officials went to retrieve that, and now action begins.
Second period underway. Toros control the draw. This is Yohala. Toss across, finds Batten. Batten looks in the middle. Yohala couldn't redirect it. Shamrocks find the loose change and chip it out to neutral. Adam Mahler dumps it right back in. Toros touch up and pursue. Vishnapu back on it, leaves up the wall. Mahler pinches down. Scrum ensues. O'Hannison keeps it at the point. Flubs the shot, however, and now puck sent down the ice. This will go for a Minot's finest collision center icing.
And these first couple minutes of the second period are going to be crucial for the Toros. Shamrocks almost got out on a break there, but you come into the break down 1-0, and how do you respond? What's the plan that Cody Campbell is coming out of the locker room with for the Toros?
Several more fans checking in on socials. We've got the Jockums clan in Ithaca. Tierra Conray on her way to Rochester. The Cowitzes are aboard. Betsy Patterson in Sacramento. Toros control the draw. Jam one towards the net. Doesn't go. John Small behind the cage off a feed from Spencer. Plays it up top. D to D. Clark with a shot that goes wide. Rebound out the far side. And the Shamrocks able to chip it out to neutral.
Looks like Clark was looking for a tip on the left post from Gavin Middendorf, but the puck just too far out in front of Middendorf.
Shamrocks control. Play out to neutral. Jordan Gibbs breaks it up. Works the head for Spence. Soft chip into the offensive zone. Middendorf plays the body, but the Shamrocks gain the puck. Carried ahead on the far side. Left off near side. Too hot to handle for LaFear. It rolls into the corner. They work behind the Toro net. Eventually it comes to the side of the cage. Spencer finds it and starts Middendorf ahead. Middendorf tries to beat his defender. Gets hauled down.
Oh, that should have been a penalty there.
Cody Campbell livid and let the official hear it as he skated by. I mean, Middendorf was through clean.
And it was a great
Normally
job.
The debate on that is not even whether or not it is a penalty. It's whether or not it's a penalty shot. Either way, another big hit sends Perot to the ice. Puck out to neutral. This is Owens. Tries to return to Spencer. He does. Spence couldn't find Jockums, who was pushed away from the puck. Shamrocks back on the attack. Long shot soaked up by Swedes. Let's take another look.
Ty James and Kevin Perot did a great job there, realizing that the Shamrocks had numbers to drop back as we take a look at the shove into Gavin Middendorf. And yeah, Middendorf had turned the corner. He had a clear lane to the net, shoved from behind. That should have been a penalty.
Draw in the defensive zone for the Toro. 17:56 left to play here in the second. Owens nose to nose with Gardner until he gets tossed. So now Noah Gibbs will step in. Draw one back. Quick shot. I believe that went off the crossbar. And now a follow-up try is gloved and held. It was either the mask or the crossbar.
I think it came just under the mask and off the shoulder of Svedin as he popped up, because Svedin was out of position momentarily, but kind of a late, not a jump, but almost leap up was what helped him catch that puck.
Owens on the draw again against Gardner. Draw controlled by the Shamrocks. Jammed back to the point. They hand it down the wall. Owens lost his helmet, so he has to break for the bench. That leaves the Toros down a man. They gain possession anyway. This is Jochums, 3-on-2. Plays in the middle. He finds Mahler, who has his feet taken out from under him. And then goes sliding all the way into the goal.
We'll see if
What are the
Mahler
Toros going to have to do to get a power play here?
Yeah, we'll see if Mahler lost his balance or if the Shamrocks got a stick in there. We take a look and
you see Mahler trailing the play, comes in.
Oh,
Just has
yeah.
feet taken out from underneath him.
Looks like it might have been Brant Doobie to trip up Adam Mahler, and that seems to be two calls that the officials have missed over the past, minute?
Shots on goal this period, 3-0 in favor of the Shamrocks. Sabulis to take the draw for the Toros. One back by Sabulis. Perot hands off to Ty James. James gains the red line and dumps it deep. Vishnapu back on it. He's pressured. Puck thrown to the near side and out to neutral. Perot pokes it free to keep it alive, and Ty James gathers it up. Retreats behind the Toro net and throws to the near side, and Nichols. Nichols missed Sabulis with the pass. And this one thrown down the ice. It'll go wide of the cage, and it goes for an icing.
Icing brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. That one just went by Owen Chartier in the neutral ice. They're going to say it didn't connect with the jersey of Chartier. It was close, but nonetheless, the Toros will get a draw in their offensive zone with 17:05 to go here in the second.
Draw to the right of Lashat. Controlled by the Toros, but the pass back to Jordan Gibbs at the point, cut off by Chartier. Yohala finds it, banks back to Tui. Tui comes across the near side. Jordan Gibbs feeds Yohala. Yohala into the middle for O'Hannison. Shot save made. Follow-up try. It's in. Toros tie it up, and O'Hannison has the primary assist, so that ties him with Trevor Stahowiak.
And what a shot that was. I believe it's Jesse Yohala burying it into the back of the net. He was fading toward the goal line. It was a quick rebound out toward the corner, and as soon as that one was on Yohala's stick, he got one in on net. Lashat had still committed to the first shot. As we take a look at the replay. Right to Yohala. Yohala from long distance, just a couple of feet in from the corner. What a heads-up play from Jesse Yohala.
Near corner. Mishandled by Yohala, leads to a shot on goal. That's gloved and held by Swedes.
And going back to that goal, the heads-up play from Yohala, but a great first shot from Jack O'Hannison, because O'Hannison had Lashat committed to that left post. And because Lashat is committed, he can't get back over to the right, which is where the rebound went.
Tanya Shaw-Canaro checking in from Pensacola, Florida, watching on NATV. The Longs are in Colorado. The Toros are in Watertown, where the game is now even at one aside, and Billy Batten starts the Toros up. For Yohala, shot blocked, comes to the side of the net, and it's underneath the leg of Lashat.
A weird bounce off the backboards that, Lashat felt that one hit his leg, and I think he kind of hugged it up against the cage. A smart move from Lashat is if you don't know where the puck is, you want them to blow the whistle as fast as you can.
For sure. Draw will be to the right of Lashat. They haven't actually credited O'Hannison with that assist yet. This is LaFear. Lost it. Mindorf comes across Spence. Spence looks in the middle for Mahler. Mahler tied up, but Mindorf there in support. Mindorf carries to the far circle, tries his shot. Make that Fleming, 77, not 17. Another shot. That deflects up and out of play for a whistle.
And Adam Mahler going pretty much from the goal line once again as the Toros just look to get pucks in on LaShaw. And as a goalie, sometimes that's the most important thing. Right after you let up a goal, Toro's just going to try and fire as many pucks in on net as they can and see how LaShaw continues to respond early in the second period.
Small on the draw for the Toros in front of the Toro bench. Eventually it's controlled by Spencer. Stepped into, leads to a turnover. The hit was delivered by LaFear. Toros work for it. Ty James gets run from behind. Toros still manage to gain possession and exit the zone. This is Clark into the zone. Drops for Ian Spencer. Tees one up and missed wide. Ty James chops that down the wall. Can't squeeze through the second check with it. He plays up top for Clark. Clark's shot missed high. Rebound to the near side. Good hit by Ian Spencer on LaFear. A bit of retribution. The Toros take back over. Ty James ahead for Spencer. Spencer gains the line, then drops for Mindorf. Mindorf looks to walk in. Wires, it's in. Toros take a 2-1 lead off a beautiful play. Spence just crisscrosses with Mindorf. No one picks up Mindorf. He walks right in, gets around a defender, and wires one high to the glove side. And my goodness.
Gavin Middendorf just raced by William Shepard from the left wing as he crossed over center of the ice. And that was a perfectly placed shot. It couldn't have gotten any better for Gavin Middendorf, just tucking it up into the top right portion of the net.
Toros go back to work.
Perot got a shot in there, was saved by LaShaw.
Eventually, Toros keep it in at the point. A long shot, gloved and held by LaShaw as we get another look at the Mindorf goal.
Middendorf left to right. What a move. Oh, that is dirty. So, as I always come in with our favorite statistic, make that 11 goals in 10 games for Gavin Middendorf with the Toros.
It's become our new favorite Toros tradition.
Toros have numbers again if they hurry.
Yohala tried to hand to Ohanis and the pass was off the mark. Yohala dumps it into the corner for Batten. Yohala looking for Ohanis and the pass was to the wrong side of his body.
Tough pass for Yohala trying to backhand it from the corner.
Shot goes wide for the Shamrocks. They try to bank it in off the goaltender. It doesn't work. Forced below the goal line. Into the slot. Good stick by Batten. Breaks it up, and then Mahler finds the puck.
Toros getting a change here as they crash on the forecheck.
Puck squirts to the front. Toros can't find it. Shamrocks do. Oh, shot sails wide. Follow-up try from the far side never comes. They look to work a cycle. It's LaFear for Rice. Rice tries to keep the cycle moving with Shepard. But Jockums and James have other ideas, and the puck squirts free. Jockums gathers it up. He hands to Tui. Tui's pass was off the mark for Noah Gibbs. Shamrocks forced the Toros to a delayed offside. Toros touch up and can pursue. Taken over. This is Owens. Owens working wide. Forced below the goal line. Owens banks back to the point. Ty James through traffic. Tip goes wide. Long shot from James, save made. Rebound, Owens throws it in front, finds Edwards, it doesn't go. Edwards was coming on a change. Toros keep the zone though, it's Tui. Tui working along the blue line, looking for a lane. Shot save made through a screen by LaShaw. Puck eventually jammed out to neutral. And now what do we have? Was it an offside play?
Offsides is going to be whistled against the Shamrocks. Offsides brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. We saw a long shot that came in from Ty James, and I think that shot showed you just how uncomfortable Phil LaShaw is between the pipes right now for the Shamrocks. It came up into the body, but there was no attempt to cover it up or keep it in his body. All he was trying to do was just knock it away, and I think when you see a goalie that's comfortable, they're going to try and either get it in their glove, they're going to try and cover it up, and they're going to try and prevent those rebound opportunities. We'll take a look at the central standings here. Toros sit in second place right now, 5 points behind the Bismarck Bobcats. Toros at 55, Bobcats at 60. The Austin Bruins in third place at 54 points. Last time we checked, the Bruins were tied up with the Wings as time was trickling down in the first period there. Aberdeen Wings out in fourth, and you know, the Toros are on a 7-game winning streak now, 2 more against the Watertown Shamrocks. Then they travel to North Iowa next weekend. It's an opportunity for the Toros to continue to try and build a lead between them and the Austin Bruins and see if they can catch up to the Bismarck Bobcats.
Bruins and Wings still scoreless early second. North Iowa and Bismarck about to start the second, still even at 1. Nichols chips ahead. Edwards toss across for Sabulis. Sabulis has it pop up high in midair. Clark reverse hit, keeps possession, and then dumps it in. Bouncing puck to the slot. Sabulis, can he tip it? He couldn't get it to go. LaShaw able to hold on. A puck that caught him in an awkward spot. Just a bouncing puck play, and Sabulis somehow able to redirect that on net.
Well, Sabulis got around his defender. That's how he was able to get to that puck in front of the net and to try and tip it through LaShaw. And with how uncomfortable LaShaw has looked this period, you almost expect that one to find the back of the net. The Toros' 2 goals comes on just 7 shots this period.
Draw will be to LaShaw's right. Shamrocks control and throw this down the ice. They wave off icing again for some reason. Toros have to play from their own zone. This is Clark. He beats Markham up the near wall, but second man able to take it away and dump it back into the Toro zone. Jordan Gibbs back on it, guides it around to the near side. Clark. Back to the far side. O'Hannison chops that out to neutral. Carter Sproul on it. Sproul to the near side. Follow-up pass was blocked. It pops up high in the air. Sproul finds the puck, looks to dance in around Clark. Shot it wide. Now the rebound will start Yohala out. Yohala leaves for O'Hannison. A similar play to the one we just saw the Toros score on. That one doesn't go as O'Hannison tried to put it into the middle. Mahler to the far side. Rolled it deep.
Mahler got by 2 defenders there.
Pinches to keep it alive. Wraparound try doesn't go. He may have been trying to feed O'Hannison in front. Didn't get through. Spencer leaves for Fleming. Fleming banks ahead to the far side. Mindorf into the zone. Mindorf across for Spencer. Spencer shot. That was more of a pass, I think, intended for Small. He was trying to put it off the goaltender's leg pad and let Small tuck home the loose change. This is Spence working behind the net, looking for Mindorf instead. Finds Small, it's in! John Small off of a feed from Ian Spencer. And it is now 3-1 Toros.
The momentum has fully shifted here in the second period as John Small pinpoint accuracy there, right over Phil LaShaw and up into the top of the netting. There was a lot of steam behind that puck, too.
Smallsy absolutely ripped this one top shelf, which stepped on our plan. We had a graphic that was going to be coming talking about how John Small was heating up, and he decided to emphasize the point for us.
We might need to change heating up to on fire for some of these guys.
Pass back to the point is off the mark for the Shamrocks. LaShaw, their goaltender, out to play it. Guides it around to the near side. This one rolled down the ice. They'll wave off icing. Perreault back to play. Mashevitz ahead. Shot blocked. That was off the stick of McKesh. Now Owens lost it at the red line. Noah Gibbs couldn't hold on as he was falling. Raced the other way. Toros have two men back. It's Ty James is one of them. Put in front. A big save by Swedes in the follow-up try. Shot over the net.
Svadim was able to kick out with his right pad to just get that puck farther away from the net. And what it also did was it threw off the Shamrocks as they couldn't just put down the puck and try and fire one on.
Toros dumping into the offensive zone. Shamrocks roll it right back out. It won't go far enough for icing. Jordan Gibbs to the near side. Davin Nichols banks ahead for Cibulis. Cibulis on the attack. Fans on the shot. The puck lays free. Will be picked up by the Shamrocks. Davin Nichols with a hit on the far side. Frees the puck up. Eventually the Shamrocks find it. Ginger couldn't find it though in his skates. Help came from Gardner, but it's taken away by Edwards. Edwards to the near corner. Jordan Gibbs up the wall. Davin Nichols tips that. He was well short of center, but the puck won't go far enough for icing. Shamrocks back up the ice. Ginger, the captain, dumps it in. Far side, Gardner. Couldn't keep it away from Tui, who rolled it ahead for O'Hannesson. O'Hannesson dumps it in. Freed up. Toros couldn't quite hold on, but Mahler keeps it alive. Adam Mahler looks in front, doesn't find anyone. Now it's back to the point. O'Hannesson walks in, wires. That's blocked off by traffic. Right back to O'Hannesson. O'Hannesson puts it in front. Poke play doesn't go, and O'Hannesson still tied up along the wall. Just takes a shot to the back of the head from Shepard.
Jesse Yahala couldn't get to the puck before Phil LaShaw jumped on that one. As he wisely did so. It's a nice pass from Batten. Looked like he went through his legs. As we take a look at John Small heating up. Small now with the goal this game. Last weekend against Watertown on Saturday, he had a goal and 2 primary assists, and on Friday he had a goal as well. So if we do the math there, that is 5 points over his last 3 games.
Offensive zone draw for the Toros, who are now out shooting the Shamrocks 18-14 and leading 3-1. Shamrocks thought they had something off the draw. Instead, they roll it into the corner. Markham finds it, walks the goal line, forced him behind, tried to center. Puck kicked to the front by Boren, doesn't get through, and the Toros take back over. Yohala, help from Mahler. Batten feeds Fleming into the zone. Fleming in, shot goes wide as Flem was pulled down. Toros, again, still looking for their first power play. This is Mahler with a shot that goes up and over. Rebound comes out, it starts a break. This is Markham in alone with Swedes, and Swedes gets the stop with the paddle. Markham never really able to even pull the trigger on the shot. Toros still have work to do. Sproul lost it with help from Mahler, and now Yohala looks to skate the Toros out. Feeds Batten. Batten drops for Middendorf into the middle for Yohala. Hit him in the skates. Shamrocks try to counter quickly. It's Develka. Develka carries down low. Behind the net. Turning in their own, in the near corner, I should say. It's Chartier. Chartier puts it behind the cage. Ty James fights through pressure. Help from Billy Batten, but the puck kept at the point. Back down into Ty James' corner. Puck worked to the front, cut off nicely by Tui. Develka trying to come out from behind. Puts it off the outside of the cage. And now we have a whistle. The Toros' net has been dislodged.
Well, this time the whistle going the other way as the Toros were on the short end of the net coming unlodged in the first period. And Ken, just a couple minutes ago now, we're looking at a candidate for a save of the weekend. Markham initially looked like he was going to take it near side, pulled it back, tried to go to the backhand, but Svedin sliding over left to right. Great movement by Lucas Svedin to keep this at a 3-1 game.
Shamrocks control the draw in the Toros zone. Ty James with a good hit. Yohala able to find it. Of course, the net coming off treated like an icing, so the defensive team not allowed to change. This is Batten. Picks that pass off. Cuts the middle. Shot deflected wide. Batten tries to hack it down into the corner so the Toros can finish their change. Slowly they do. But the Shamrocks on the attack. Lafleur looking into the middle, broken up by Perreault. The follow-up try. Nifty shot from between the legs by Rice. Puck still loose at the side of the net. Toros able to jam it to the wall.
And Svedin making sure his body was covering the area between the left post and really out to the space that the Shamrocks couldn't get it by him unless they went over him.
This is rolled into the Toro zone. Jordan Gibbs looks up ice, finds Spencer. Spencer picks it up cleanly, has his stick taken out of his hands. The Toros will get their first Western Bank and Trust power play of the night. Spence was in clean and just had the stick chopped out of his hands. That's about as easy and unquestionable of a call as you can make, and it's Shepard who will sit for two and feel shame.
And we talked about it before the game. The power play is one of the biggest strengths for the Toros and one of the biggest weaknesses for the Shamrocks. Toros an even 25% on the power play this season. That's first in the league. The Shamrocks just 78.95% on the penalty kill, 29th in the league.
Are we getting another media timeout? That is lucky timing for the Toros. The Toros had Spencer out there, and the Yohala line had been out the shift before that. This allows the Toros' top power play unit an extra minute to rest. And it also lets Cody Campbell draw something up off the draw. As we look at Central Division team point leaders coming into play tonight. Ian Spencer now jumps Ohanneson as Ohani has 1 point tonight and Spence has 2. They're both on the ice right now as the Toros go to the power play for the first time.
Carter Sproul leading the Shamrocks with 29 points. You mentioned, doesn't look like the Toros are setting something up off the draw. It's usually you see Ohanneson just behind Yohala when that happens as the Shamrocks quickly clear.
We'll never know for sure as the Toros lost the draw, but they do retreat and retrieve, and Mahler will start the Toros up. Far side Ohanneson feeds Yohala. Yohala into the zone. Toss across, finds Batten. Batten up top for Mahler. Mahler gives to Yohala. Yohala shot. Save made, and the rebound up into the protective netting. Offensive zone draw coming for the Toros. 4:38 left to go in period number 2, a minute 33 left on the First Western Bank and Trust power play for the men from the Magic City.
And we'll see if the Toros line up the same as they did on the first faceoff. Well, now they're going to change it over to the right side. And they will line up the same way. Spencer and Mahler both just in the blue line. Spencer out left of the draw, Mahler out right.
Shamrocks win it again, however. Hammered around. Should be kept by Spence. He does. Hands down to the half wall, and Ohanneson keeps it moving to the corner for Batten. Batten back up to the point. It got through Spencer, and the Toros will have to retreat and retrieve.
The Shamrocks were pressuring the puck here on the penalty kill, and it paid off as they got it down the ice once again.
Yohala cuts to the middle, thought about dumping it. Now he'll just pick his way in, and The extra stick handle at the line put Billy Batten in a step early.
Offsides brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union, as with just a minute and 5 seconds to go on the power play, Toros really haven't had anything going quite yet. Shamrocks winning 2 draws in their defensive zone surely helps them out on the penalty kill.
Small with Noah Gibbs, Jordan Gibbs, Braden Jockums, and Gavin Mindorf. Mindorf into the zone. Pulls it back, and the Toros will set up the power play. Mindorf allowed to just skate around the zone. Feathers one in front. It's broken up. Good poke by Jordan Gibbs. Keeps it alive only for a moment as Noah Gibbs make that. Gavin Mindorf couldn't find it. Noah Gibbs into the zone. Leaves for Mindorf. Mindorf up top. Jordan Gibbs leaves off far side. Jockums turns with it. Banks back to the point, and Jordan Gibbs across for Mindorf. Mindorf back to the far side, touched up top. Jordan Gibbs back to Mindorf, looks through the box to the far side. And Noah Gibbs, long shot, blocked off by traffic. Noah Gibbs jammed it wide of the cage, able to bank it back to Mindorf at the near point. Toro still set up, 10 seconds left on the power play. Jordan Gibbs, long shot through traffic, gloved and held by LaShaw.
Toros setting up the 1-3-1 on the power play. A lot of times what they practice is you have your 2 guys at the half walls. They'll try and send the pass all the way across the ice, and then your guy who's usually screening up in front of LaShaw will peel off, and they'll try and get it to him for the backdoor shot, but they never connected on that pass across the ice. So that play never fully developed.
Draw to the left of LaShaw. 7 seconds left on the power play. Draw one to Fleming, and it just was bouncing a little too much for him to handle it cleanly. Shamrocks come full strength.
Fleming had a lot of open ice in front of him. It would have been a long shot from just inside the blue line, but he would have had space.
Yohala finds this loose puck in the offensive zone. Poked off his stick, and the Shamrocks will try to counter. Backhand shovel across, finds Markham. Markham rings it down low. In behind the net. Tip play doesn't go. They had Boren out front. They try to feed it to him again from behind the cage, and this time he can't pull the trigger on his shot at all. Yohala gains the red line and shovels this deep. Far side, Batten tied up. Yohala there to help. Batten again, working it down the wall. 2-on-2 scrum, dug out by Yohala. Yohala spinning off pressure. He's met by a pair of Shamrocks. Gets cross-checked in the back, and that'll send the Toros right back to the power play. Carter Sproul to the box. A frustration penalty there that really no need to take that penalty.
And it goes from bad to worse from the Shamrocks. They killed the penalty pretty cleanly just moments ago, and if you're the Shamrocks, you think that maybe you have the momentum, but no, Sproul right back to the box, and the Toros will have another opportunity as we take a look at the replay. Ken, as you said, unnecessary there, away from the puck.
Shamrocks win the draw, however, and clear it all the way down. That's the key to a good penalty kill. This is Batten carrying ahead. Leaves off for Spencer, and it was poked out to neutral.
Elliot McKish got his stick in there, forcing the Toros to reset.
Batten just didn't realize McKish was there. He thought it was an easy chop to Spence. This is O'Hannison. Couldn't find it behind the net. Batten looking to help out. Batten and O'Hannison working behind the net against a pair of Shamrocks. 3 Shamrocks actually in behind the net now, as are 3 Toros. And Batten comes out with it. Up top to Yohala, across Mahler. Hands to Spencer. Spencer, shot goes wide. Rebound to the far side, Yohala. Shovels it in behind the net. O'Hannison works it to Spencer, who then rings it hard to the far side. Yohala hit square in the back and sent into the boards. The puck is underneath him. And eventually the Shamrocks dig it out and get the clear. Swedes, a quick up, finds Spence into the zone. Spencer looks across, one-timer for Noah Gibbs is blocked. It comes back to him. Follow-up try, finds the end glass. Mindorf puts it up top for Jordan Gibbs. Jordan Gibbs looking for space. Instead hands to Noah Gibbs, back up top, Jordan Gibbs, near side Mindorf. Mindorf to Jordan Gibbs. Noah Gibbs working down low. Mindorf along the blue line to Jordan Gibbs. Far side, small in front. Noah Gibbs couldn't pull the trigger. The initial shot, he got his stick checked, and that gave time for LaShaw to recover. 11.5 left in the period, just 2 seconds left on the First Western Bank & Trust power play for the Toros.
And walking you back just about a minute there, Lucas Svedin with a long pass up the ice. Svedin says he always has his eyes up, and he always looks to get the Toros out on the break, particularly on the power play.
He has 4 assists this year. Unfortunately, I've asked the league office, no one has a way to figure out where that stands both this season or all time as far as goaltender assists. Meanwhile, Shamrocks come full strength, puck sent down the ice. I have a feeling with just 3 seconds left, the Toros are going to hold and let the period expire, which they at least tried to do. Sproul took it away as the horn sounded. We will send you out to a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have Evan down at ice level. After this break here on the Minotauros Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank & Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
The ice with Gavin Middendorf. Gavin, the Toros got out to a 3-1 lead in the second period after trailing 1-0 after the first. What changed that period?
Yeah, I mean, just the little details. We weren't the sharpest in the first with the breakouts, and we were just giving too many turnovers, so we really dialed in on that and really hoped just to get up in the second.
You had your 11th goal in 10 games with the Toros, an absolute beauty. How did that play develop?
Oh, I mean, Spence got into the zone. I talked to him that I was going behind. He picked the guy, and I came down, fake shot, deep bit, went to the middle, and picked his corner.
What do the Toros need to do to keep applying the pressure to the Shamrocks?
Yeah, I mean, just getting pucks below the goal line. That's where we win our games. We're a hard physical team down low, and we get those chances out in front.
All right, thanks, Gavin.
That was Evan Epstein with Gavin Mindorf. We're going to send you back out to break. When we come back, we'll have the Forebears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report after these messages here on the Minotauros Network.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union. My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union. I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community. What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family-oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first. I'll always remember when I first started, I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers. We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever, and it brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out. Aspire to more!
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Welcome back inside the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena here in Watertown, South Dakota. Toros, a much better second period, now lead 3-1 over the Shamrocks. Shots on goal that period, 13-8 in favor of the Toros, who, as you can see there, put up 3 to turn a 1-goal deficit into a 2-goal lead. Let's take a look at those goals. First, it was William Shepard who opened the scoring, 5:07 in. Shamrocks got to break up the ice. And on the rush, they're able to pull the Toros defense apart with a scissor play, and Shepard able to open the scoring. And it was pretty loud in here, Evan.
Yeah, got the Shamrocks fans right into it. But the Toros responded then in the second period. It was Jesse Yahala who found the back of the net. And you'll see coming up, Ohannesson had the initial shot, so he should get the assist. It's not in the official box score quite yet. Rebound comes to Yahala from the tough angle, and he just fired that one in.
We saw some physicality as well in the period, and eventually the Toros would get another, and as you see on the rush, Spence, a good crisscross play right there with Mindorf, and then Mindorf got the defender to bite and is able to walk in and wire one over the leg pad past the outstretched glove. And then John Small gave the Toros a 2-goal lead as Spence did the hard work along the goal line and found Small all alone, and a quick release and an absolute rocket to the back of the net gave the Toros the 3-1 lead. And, you know, you talked to, Evan, you spoke with Landon Fleming during the first intermission, and he was clearly pretty down on the Toros through the first 20 minutes. And, yeah, it was a 1-0 deficit, but shots were even at 9-9. I'm sure as the guys were coming off the ice when you were down there early for the second intermission, it was a much happier group.
Yeah, I mean, they're walking with quicker pace. They're excited as the Toros got on the board for 3 in the second period. I think they came out and executed the game plan that they wanted to. They got some more shots on net, and it's those rebound opportunities that allowed Yahala to get the first one. Going back to that Gavin Middendorf goal, he made William Shepard look absolutely silly and then followed that move up with a bullet up into the top right portion of the net. And, well, just as we're talking about, we're going to take yet another look because it was that beautiful. Middendorf has his defender going the wrong way.
And just a fantastic finish. And, you know, we've joked, but Middendorf now 20 goals on the season. But 11 have come since he joined the Toros at Christmas break. We're talking an 11-goal month for Gavin Middendorf. I guess technically not a 10-goal month because that first game against Bizzo was on New Year's Eve, so a 10-goal month for Gavin Middendorf. I'd have to go back and look. I don't know that any Toro has ever hit double digits in a single month. So, you know, I maybe Chase LaPinta a couple of years ago. I'd have to go back and look through box scores, but no matter what, that's a heck of a start to his Toro career.
Yeah, and sometimes a change of scenery is really what you need to get a guy going, and that's been the case for Gavin Middendorf. Just 9 goals with the Chippewa Steel through pretty much the first half of the season. And then, as you said, in the span of a month and a day, he adds on another 11 and becomes one of the primary threats on this Toros team. You know, when Cody Campbell brings in a guy like Middendorf, yes, you expect him to have an impact. And I think he's happy with how he's fit in with Ian Spencer and John Small. But for him to take over in the way that he has, you can't even ask or expect that out of a player. You just have to take it as the blessing that it is.
And you look at Gavin Middendorf now with 20 goals on the season, 8th in the NAHL with 20 goals. That puts him 3rd in the division. Only Leo Bulgakov with 23 and Alex Lorenza with 26 are ahead of him. So, you know, this group, and you look at it as well, John Small now has 18. So that whole group, it clicking along so well. It frees up. The Toros were so dependent on the Jesse Yohala line early in the year, and Jesse and Batten and O'Hannison certainly weren't unable to carry a team, but now they create the matchup headache. Which of those lines do you deploy your top defensive pair against in a must-win game? And I honestly don't know the answer to that.
It's a nightmare. Like you said, Batten, Yahala, O'Hannison versus Spencer, Small, and Middendorf. You have 2 top lines if you're the Toros, and it's a great problem to have. And you mentioned how Middendorf is now 8th in the league in goals. And the first half of the season, the Toros scored a lot of goals, but they spread it around. You didn't have any one guy who you felt was going to come in and night out, and he was going to take over that game. But Gavin Middendorf has become that guy in the month of January.
We'll take a short break here, come back with the out-of-town scores on the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report after these messages here on the Minotauros Network.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue, carry on.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union. My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union. I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community. What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family-oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first. I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers. We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Welcome back inside the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. You've got the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. Toros lead the Shamrocks 3-1 through 40 minutes of play. Toros don't return home until Valentine's Day, but I guarantee you there will be no love lost between the Toros and the Bobcats when they hook up at the Mesa Arena on Friday the 14th. Also, you can get your Valentine a Toros gift bag Those auctions are live on Dash right now. Mystery bags. They have the appropriate sizes on the bag, so that's not the size of the bag, that is the size of the clothing that is inside of the bags. There's also some other fun giveaways as well in those bags, some fun prizes. I believe we're doing a team-signed replica jersey, a signed stick, so you don't know which one is in, which mystery bag has those big prizes, but get your bids in now. Time to take a look at the out-of-town scores. Evan, what do we got?
Let's do it. Johnston Tomahawks about a minute away from picking up a 5-2 win over the New Jersey Titans. Elmira Aviators trailing the Maryland Black Bears 7-3 with 5 minutes to go in the third period. New Hampshire Mountain Kings a 1-0 lead over the Philadelphia Rebels halfway through the third there. Maine Nordiques and Rochester Junior Americans tied up at 3, 5 minutes to go. As we come into the Midwest, the Wisconsin Wendigo and Chippewa Steel even at 2 through 2 periods of play. Now into the Central Division. St. Cloud Norsemen a 3-2 lead over the Minnesota Mallards. The Janesville Jets up 3-0 on the Springfield Junior Blues.
The Mallards scored to pull within one with 1.1 seconds left in period number 2. All the scoring in that game came in the first 2 periods so far.
Janesville Jets 3-0 over the Springfield Junior Blues. The Shreveport Mudbugs 4-2 over the Colorado Grit. That one's in the second intermission. Back to the Central now. The Austin Bruins have a 1-0 lead over the Aberdeen Wings. Something we don't say much here with the Minotauros, but we hope the Aberdeen Wings will pull this one out.
Indeed.
Moving on, the Bismarck Bobcats a 2-1 lead over the North Iowa Bulls. That one's through 2 periods of play. And once again, with the Bobcats up in first place, 5 points ahead of the Toros. Toros fans should be rooting for North Iowa in that matchup. New Mexico Ice Wolves holds a 4-1 lead over the Odessa Jackalopes, 2 minutes 15 seconds to go in the second period there. Corpus Christi Ice Rays 2-0 over the Lone Star Brahmas as there's 8 minutes to go in the second. The Amarillo Wranglers and El Paso Rhinos are scoreless through 1 period. And we are still awaiting starts in Anchorage and in Kenai. Ken, how far over is Alaska Standard Time? Because I truly don't know.
I honestly have no idea either. It's been a while since we went out there. I think it's 6 or 7 hour time difference. I feel like games were starting at, well, I guess 5 hours, because games were starting at maybe midnight here when it was 7 o'clock starts there, but I don't know for sure. I could be completely wrong. It's been a long time since we've been out there.
That's got to be a tough one for fans in Minot to stay up for.
More so, I think, for the visiting teams, just adjusting to that time difference when you get out there. You know, typically teams fly out on Wednesday, so they've only got a couple days to adjust to that big time difference, and it starts to feel like I said, for the players, it feels like the game is starting at midnight, right? So it's a tough trip for sure. No time for a commercial break here. We're just going to keep it in the building as we get ready to start the third period. But, yeah, those trips out to Alaska are not easy. They can be fun. They can be good team-building experience. Typically, you go out there for 2 weekends. So that first weekend you're out there, you have to make the adjustment. And then the second weekend you are adjusted, so teams tend to fare better maybe that second weekend that they're out there.
And you wonder how that affects those 2 teams out in Alaska all year long when their opponents are jet-lagged pretty much every week that they go and play both Fairbanks and Anchorage. But as Kobe just mentioned to the left of us, it's probably the flip when they have to go on the road as
a little bit easier, though, as the game feels like it's starting in the early afternoon for them as opposed to, late at night. Either way, third period underway. Shamrocks control. Vishnapu looks across. Toros Batten pressuring down into the corner. Boren lost the handle. Yohala finds it. Can't get a shot through. Hennessy finds one, but it's soaked up by a shot.
And now Billy Batten
gets dumped down well after the whistle.
That was William Shepard hitting.
Shepard's already been to the box once tonight.
Looks like Carter Sproul's going to the box right now, though, for the Shamrocks.
And the Toros will go to the power play. Sproul making his second trip to hockey jail.
Well, it was William Shepard with the hit after the whistle, and
another
Shepard.
Look. Yeah, it was Sproul with the pull there on Batten.
Shepard and Davin Nichols were getting into it all weekend back in Minot.
So the Toros to the power play now for the third time this evening. Something to keep an eye on if you played our Forebears over-unders. Of course, 95% of you eliminated by the Toros failing to score in the first period.
Well, they made up for it with 3 in the second.
That doesn't help your over-under bet, though. This is Ohannesson. Ohannesson looks up top to Mahler, back to Ohannesson on the far side half. He'll drop it down low. Spence in the middle. Shot save made. No rebound given by LaShaw.
That whistle blew before there was a rebound, actually, right in front of LaShaw. He would have fallen on it anyways, but the whistle blew before LaShaw fell on the puck. A little bit of an early whistle there from our officials.
Toros may be up to something. Spence and Ohannesson went to the bench just to get some instruction from Cody Campbell. Draw one sideways. Ohannesson touches it back to Spencer at the point. Dumped it down behind the net. Batten chasing after it. Yohala comes and helps out. Shovels it along the near side wall. And Mahler can't keep it as he tried to glove down to the stick. Swedes out of his net. Spins it to the near side. And Mahler, who lost the handle. And now some four corners offense from the Shamrocks, who are on the kill. Now they jam it all the way down. And the Toros will retreat and retrieve. Near side, it's Ohannesson. Toss across the far side, finds Batten. Batten into the zone. Hits the brakes, banks back to the point. Spencer comes across to Mahler. Mahler for Yohala on the near side. Circle. Yohala tried to fire it into the middle. It's broken up. Ohannesson finds it. Ohannesson up top for Mahler. Mahler to Yohala. Yohala holds. Drops down low for Batten. Batten up to Yohala. Yohala across. One-timer coming. Oh, that's off the glass for Ohannesson. Mahler across for Ohannesson. This one dumped down the ice. The Toros will retreat and retrieve. 35 seconds left on the first Western Bank & Trust power play.
Toros now getting a change as they'll try and set up the offense once again with under 30 seconds to go on the power play.
Small rings it to the near side. Noah Gibbs hustles. Can he keep it? He does. Down to Jockums in the corner. Throws in front. John Small around behind his net. The net came free, so we have a whistle.
And it's always been this net down right below us it's had problems staying on. That's got to be the 5th time this game that the whistle has blown as they reset it. For the Toros, not a bad thing, as that gives them a face-off with 14 seconds to go on the power play. They didn't exactly have any opportunities jumping out at them when the whistle blew.
Ginger and Owens on the draw. Ginger wins it back. Shamrocks break out of their zone. Ginger banks ahead for Mikesh. Mikesh shot gloved and held by Lucas Sweden. 5 seconds left on the Toros power play, but it's a defensive zone draw.
And the Shamrocks, all night long on the penalty kill, they've won the faceoffs, and that is what has allowed them to continuously clear the zone and prevent the Toros from converting on what is the best power play in the league.
Draw will be to the left of Swedes. Sally B and the Chicago crew checking in late. No doubt enjoying the score that they find. Toros ahead 3-1 after a big second period. Shamrocks come full strength as Noah Gibbs turns through neutral, tries a shot that goes over the outstretched glove of LaShaw. Toros find it in the corner. Noah Gibbs and Doobie jousting, and Doobie comes away with it. Feeds Sproul. Sproul into the zone, leaves off far side. Quick shot doesn't go on the rush. The rebound to the far side half.
Doobie had it wide open, point blank.
Shot over the net, checks up behind the cage. They move it to the side and then fire it into the corner. This is Bartley. Swings it around to the near side. Edwards is the first to it, and he'll just hoist one out to neutral. Bartley trying to catch the Toros in a change, ices the puck.
Icing brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, as we're now just over 3 minutes through the third period.
Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Toros off that errant pass. And it's a tired group of Shamrocks, except for perhaps Sproul, who had been in the box. Shots 25-18 in favor of the Toros, who control the draw. Edwards' shot hits a man in the back, caroms to the near side, and they move it down into the corner. Nichols couldn't find the handle. Now he disrupts the play and frees it up. Nichols out of the corner, banks back to the point. Clark, his shot's blocked to the near side corner. Edwards has Boren lined up, but Spool has hit him first. Spun to the point. It's Clark. Clark looking for a lane, carries down the wall. Clark in down low. Walled off by Sproul. Clark trying to get back to this puck. Sproul able to throw it out to neutral, but Jordan Gibbs is on it quickly and dumps it back in, so the Shamrocks only get to change one player. Edwards up on the pressure. Keeps the puck alive eventually. It's spun to the near side. Sproul fans on it. Kept at the point by Jordan Gibbs. Jordan Gibbs tried to give to Ian Spencer. Taken away by Boren. He's forced to turn. Shamrocks trying to change at least a couple bodies. And then they ice the puck. No, they say it was tipped apparently on the way through. And LaFleur keeps it. Shot from a tough angle. Save made. Rebound picked up by the Toros. Small. Working away from a hook and a slash. Still works this ahead, not out.
Travis LaFleur had Noah Surgot wide open just inside the blue line. Instead decided to take the shot from a tough angle. Not much chance to get it by Svedin.
Chipped deep by John Small. Gets after it. Gives to Mindorf. Mindorf tried to give it back to him. It was off the mark. Good pinch by Fleming. Keeps it alive. Small, however, sweeps it out to neutral. Right back on the attack is Mindorf. Mindorf forced in behind the net and then tackled and put in a headlock by Surgot. Surgot still has him in a headlock and then runs him into the net. Are you kidding me?
And none of the officials were down on the ice to see it, to the apparent delight of Shamrocks fans.
That's just an unnecessary, classless play.
And that's the third penalty they've missed.
It's not physicality. It's not physicality within the game. That was a WWE move. He had him in a headlock and then ran him into the back of the cage. This is Fleming across for Mahler in the middle of the ice. Mahler looking for O'Hannison, but the pass was tipped off the glass. And they call that an icing?
After waving off the other one on the
Mahler's
other side
pass
of the
was
ice.
Tipped. So the Turtles will take a defensive zone draw off of the icing. I guarantee Mahler didn't fire that pass at O'Hannison's head. That had to have been tipped on the way through.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it changed course.
Two 3-year Toros that are get along pretty well. I don't think Mahler was just firing a puck. That's a hell of a save by Lucas Sweden off that quick shot, but I would bet my house that Adam Mahler didn't fire that pass at Jack O'Hannison's head. Kobe advising against it just in case my eyes aren't what they think they are. I suppose making my wife and kids homeless is probably not a great idea. Either way, Toros eventually control the draw, and Ty James leads them out of the zone. Left off far side, Noah Gibbs tries to return it to James, but it's blocked off. Eventually the puck squirts to the middle of the ice. Only Braden Jockums was there for the Toros, but Boren was able to find the handle first. Sproul through neutral. Lost the handle. Can he chase it down around Tui? Tui guides him into the corner nicely. They continue to joust, Sproul and Tui, but the puck's ahead, and it's Jockums. 3-on-2, 4-on-2 as the Toros hit the line. Jockums lost the handle, though, and now he shovels it in front. Noah Gibbs has his shot blocked. Ty James hands to Gibbs. High slot, shot goes wide, rebound to the near corner. Jockums feeds Owens. Owens up top as Jockums just got tackled off the puck. Long shot blocker saved by LaShaw. Meanwhile,
and now we're going to get a penalty called against the Shamrocks.
The Shamrocks player, I still can't see his number, is just laying on top of Jockums. Shepard still refusing to get up. And I don't know if our mics picked that up, but Shepard just told the ref, wow, what are you watching? He's watching you lay on top of a Toro player for 5 minutes.
Tell us how you really feel, Ked.
Of all the comments to make to the ref, what are you watching is not the one there. He's laying on top of the Toro player. Either way, Toros to the power play for the 4th time this evening. Yohala hands to Ohannesson, up top for Mahler. Mahler back to Ohannesson. Drop to the corner for Spence. Mahler keeps it in the zone only for a moment as it's poked away from Batten. And now Chartier looks to go the other way. Toros clean it up. It's Ohannesson.
And although nothing came out of it, still an important play there by Adam Mahler as the Shamrocks might have had a shorthanded opportunity.
Ohannesson shot that goes wide. I thought that was going to be the record when he was winding up too. This is Ginger. Hits the red line and then dumps it deep. Didn't need to get the red line. The Shamrocks are shorthanded. This is Spencer. Turning in his own zone. Up for Batten. Batten forced to turn along the far wall. Now we'll guide it down low. Ohannesson pinned up. This is Spencer working against Doobie. Far corner, Ohannesson steps in and takes it away. Looks up top for Mahler, comes across Yohala. Yohala's shot's blocked. Spencer has Ohannesson, shot it wide. Rebound on the near side. Spence puts it in front. Batten couldn't jam it home. He put it right into the leg pad of LaShaw.
And that's a puck that just came into Billy Batten where if you're Phil LaShaw, that puck is behind you. You can't see it. And Batten might have had a split second longer to collect himself, but if you're right in front of the net, your instinct is just to get that one in and try and get it really 5-hole on LaShaw.
Toros win the draw. It's Mindorf, has it poked away. Good pressure by Chartier.
Fourth power play opportunity of the night for the Toros, and they didn't cash in on the first 3. Just 20 seconds to go now on the 4th.
And really, this power play has not looked like it usually does. This is small. Leaves for Mindorf. Mindorf drops it back to the point. No one home. Toros are going to regroup, but you nailed it during the third power play opportunity. The Shamrocks face-off draws, or face-off wins, really a problem for the Toros while on the power play. This is Sproul. Sproul carries ahead and chips it into the zone. His dump in, though, hit the linesman and lays there for Jordan Gibbs to pick up. Gibbs hands off to John Small. John Small turning, looking for help. It's coming on a change. Davin Nichols couldn't dance through traffic. And Shepard will carry ahead for the Shamrocks. Gains the red line and dumps one on net that Swedes puts into the corner for the Toros.
Just the 3rd shot on goal this period for the Shamrocks.
Pass across the far side. I put together some awesome notes, Evan, and then left them at the hotel. Toros are 21-0 when leading going into the third period. I had a breakdown of how many of those periods they actually extended the lead versus saw the lead shrink. It's on a nice piece of paper that's sitting right next to the TV in my hotel room.
I'm sure you'll have it for tomorrow night's broadcast, though.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break. It's the media timeout here in period number 3. Toros lead the Shamrocks 3-1.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Welcome back inside the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. Wally Mock with a great pull on the Facebook feed. Shepard turning into the new Joey Strata. That's one from probably 4 or 5 years ago now that Joey Strata was an Aberdeen wing. Often seen clinging to the legs of Toro players. One time throwing himself into the boards thinking that he had a player behind him chasing him to save an icing and didn't realize the Toros had changed, so he threw himself into the boards and faked that he was hurt and then looked around and realized there was no one near him. Nonetheless, we play on here in Watertown, where the puck is poked out to neutral. A good stick by John Small.
Toros have done a great job all period long of preventing the Shamrocks from getting shots in on net. Just 3, there's 4. 2 power play opportunities will help out there, though.
Shovel to the near point. And then run around to the far side. Coming on a change was Carter, but the Toros broke it up for a moment. Now they go to the near point. Long shot blockered away by Swedes. Shamrocks trying to change while keeping possession. That plan doesn't work, and now it's Mindorf into the zone. Drag move, had it poked off his stick, and Surgot has it in the near corner. Plays up the wall. Boren leaves for Sproul. Sproul spun down, and the Toros jam the puck out to neutral. It's picked up by Ian Spencer. Spencer cuts to the middle. They give him tons of space, so he tries a shot that's gloved and held by LaShaw. 8:46 left to go here in period number 3. Toros lead 3-1. And with only 8:46 left, Toros sitting at 29 shots on goal. I would expect a push from the Shamrocks, which means we may see our first game where it goes under. No, we are over on power play opportunities. So we will not see all unders, yeah. Yohala dumped down on the draw, the puck underneath him. He bats it with the backside of his stick. This is Ty James across for Batten. Billy Batten dumps it in. It'll ring to the near side, carrying it to the far. Vishnapu tied up with O'Hannison and won the puck. Ty James into the zone. Rolled it deep. Puck to the near side, Batten. Batten, help from Yohala. Yohala off the wall, finds space, tries a shot that's blocked. He's so good in tight quarters, is Yohala. This is Chartier. Dumping it into the Toro zone. Back on it is Tui. Delayed offside, so the Shamrocks have to peel back. They might as well change while they're at it. That gives Tui tons of time and space. He tries to take advantage, but his shot's blocked at the corner. Batten finds it. And then hacks it down low for O'Hannison. O'Hannison works it back to the point. Back down low as Yohala dumped it for Batten. Batten's turnaround try, misses wide. Long shot from the point. That's blocked off the stick of Gibbs by Boren. Sproul works it in behind. Toss across, finds Sproul on the near side. Cuts to the middle and leaves off. They try that same play on the rush that they scored on in the first period. This time, no such luck. Toros were ready for it. This is Clark. His pass off the mark, however, they leave Sproul in front. He couldn't get anything through, and now a good poke to the corner by Clark. Clark hands to Owens. Owens banks ahead. Joachim's able to touch it out to neutral, but it's taken over there by the Shamrocks. Turned over. Toros have a man in offside, and Noah Gibbs couldn't hit the brakes. 6:50 left to go here in period number 3. Another media timeout, so we will take a quick break, come back with the rest of regulation. Toros lead 3-1.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hill.
And I'm Evan Epstein.
And we host Toros All Access every Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Central.
We cover everything you need to know about the Minotauros, previewing upcoming series, interviewing players and coaches, and breaking down game footage.
You can watch on Facebook or YouTube to keep up with the Minotauros.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Welcome back inside the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. Toros lead 3-1, 6:50 to go here in regulation as the Toros dump this in. Shepard played it behind the net. Ginger across. Nichols tipped that up and out of play for a whistle. That went right through the Toros bench, and not a single person reacted.
Nerves of steel down there, but you see frustration now starting to show through for the Shamrocks, as after that puck went out of play, big stick slam from Grant Gardner. You saw frustration from Shepard as, you know, the Toros with 3 quick goals in the second period, and in the blink of an eye, they took the lead in this game. And as the Shamrocks struggled to get pressure in the Toros zone, frustration coming through again.
Cibula's stick breaks on the draw, but the Toros still control and dump it in. Edwards trying to get it in the corner. It doesn't work. Long shot blocked out front by traffic. Edwards can't poke to Cibulis, and it's worked out to neutral. Good play by Mahler to pick that up. Adam Mahler into the zone, stepped into by Shepard, lost the handle. Near corner, Edwards. Now a delayed call. What is it?
Shepard
and Nichols.
Jab.
It'll be a Toro. It's Nichols. It's a slash.
I mean, if you're the Toros with 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go, you have a 2-goal lead. Going on to the Papa John's penalty kill is the last thing you want to do here, as Nichols and Shepard were going after it as they were last Friday.
Draw will be to the right of Swedes. 50-50 draw. Controlled by the Shamrocks. Working in the corner is Markham. Shamrocks set it up. They come to the near side. LaFear looks across, but it's broken up. John Small with a good stick. This is LaFear out of his own zone, watched by Small. He hands up the wall and then puts himself offside. Not sure what that play was, but now it's a head taken away by Small. 2-on-1. If he hurries, he's got Spence with him. Small in, cuts to the middle. It's poked away from him, but Spence is there. And then Spence fires it off the scoreboard and broke the scoreboard.
There's now a box on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
It's like, you see it in baseball sometimes. You see a home run will knock out a section of the scoreboard. You don't usually see it down
Spence, this building's been open for less than a year. Shamrocks control. Spence was trying to play that back into his own zone to kill time, and instead He killed a segment of the scoreboard. Meanwhile, after a Swede save, Batten looking to go the other way, rolls it deep. Pass ahead, too hot to handle for Ginger. Mahler back on it, rings it up the near side. Owens wisely lets it roll back to the Shamrock blue line. Sproul takes over there. Sproul trying to pick his way through traffic. A half a minute left on the Papa John's PK as this is thrown across to the near side. Mahler wins a battle and then works it to Batten, who sends it the rest of the way down.
This has been a picture-perfect penalty kill so far for the Toros.
Unless you're looking at that side of the scoreboard, then it's not quite picture-perfect.
That was unintentional right there, but I see where you're coming from. Shamrocks just 13.38% on the power play this season, 34th in the NAHL.
Shot save made, rebound to the far side. Toros have come full strength as they work this down the ice. It'll go for a Minot's finest collision center icing unless Nichols can win the race, which he does not. So the draw comes back down into the Toro zone.
And now you
Timeout
wonder.
Taken, I assume, by the Toro bench, which, yes, it was a Toro timeout, which gives Cody Campbell the ability to change his players.
Now you begin to wonder, with the Shamrocks down 2 goals at 3 minutes and 53 seconds to go, A, are they going to get aggressive and pull a shot? And B, if they do, is it going to come shortly?
And will Jack O'Hannison be on the ice with a chance to finish the game off and become the Toros' all-time leading point man? Already with his assist tonight, which is yet to be credited, but I'm sure will be, Jack O'Hannison can now say that no one has ever scored more points than he has as a Toro, but one man, Trevor Stahowiak, has scored as many. So I'm sure O'Hannison would love to put the record behind him as well and be able to just focus on the Toros' pursuit of the Bobcats and first place in the Central Division.
And last Saturday, as time was ticking down, O'Hannison fired one off the post with an empty net as the horn sounded. That would have tied up the record with Stahowiak, which he has now tied the record tonight. And as you said, could be an opportunity if there's an empty net for O'Hannison to claim that record all by himself.
Off the draw, quick shot kicked away by Swedes. Battle in the corner, puck squirts up top. Another long shot. That one sailed wide off the stick of Bartley. Mindorf on the near side with Small helping. Small guides it to the far side. Fleming looks to start the Toros up. 3.5 to play. As that dump in didn't get through. It gets pushed right back out to neutral. There's a water bottle that fell over from the Shamrock bench as well. Meanwhile, Toros dump it into the middle of the ice. Shamrocks take it back. Quick feed in for Lafleur. Lafleur working past Mahler, who then just muscles him into the corner. Far side, Fleming swats at it. Spence gets there and just hoists one out. This time doesn't hit the scoreboard. It's probably closer than the facilities people here in Watertown would have liked. Rice on the far side dumps it down into the corner. Mahler gets there first, fires up for O'Hannison. O'Hannison touches it out to neutral. Vishnapu plays across for Shepard. Shepard plays in the Toro zone. Ty James fires it back to the Shamrock blue line. O'Hannison deflected that pass. It goes to Ty James in the Toro zone. 2.5 to play. Ahead it goes, dumped in by Yohala. Around to the near side. Doobie and O'Hannison tie up in the corner. Rice finds the puck. Gives to Chartier. Chartier has his pocket picked by Batten. Batten leaves it for O'Hannison, who just punches it deep into the Shamrock zone. 2:05 as Bartley tries to get away from Yohala, only to have it taken away by O'Hannison. O'Hannison in. Shot save made by LaShaw. In behind the net it goes. To the near corner, Bartley plays it up the wall, Chartier. Squirts free, O'Hannesson. O'Hannesson feeds Batten. Batten couldn't get through cleanly. Batten out for Yohala, whose shot is blocked. Chartier will chip that down the ice. Fleming back on it. 90 seconds left. I imagine as soon as the Shamrocks get possession, we'll see LaShaw break for the bench. But right now, Toro's doing a good game of keep away. Mindorf into the middle, finds Ian Spencer. Spencer tries to go back to Mindorf. It's broken up. Eventually chipped out to neutral, but Fleming turns it right back ahead for John Small. Small rings it to the near side. Mindorf. Mindorf into the middle, finds Spencer. His shot's blocked. Makesh gloves down to the stick, and now we'll see the Shamrocks break up ice, and so does LaShaw. LaFear into the zone, only to have his pocket picked by Spence. Small able to chip it out to neutral. Extra attacker on for the Shamrocks. Toros lead by 2. Final minute of play brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Near side, dumped in deep. Swedes out of his net, couldn't stop it. I think he would have taken a shot at the empty net had he been able to. Out to neutral. No, kept at the blue line by LaFear, who then fires one wide. Down into the corner, Mindorf finds it. Mindorf carries ahead. Mindorf gives to Small. Small looking for Spence. Toro's getting too generous. Each trying to set the other up. They could have removed any doubt. Either way, 20 seconds left. Toro's backpedaling, playing keep away. Ahead to the near side. Mindorf into the zone. Good job by Small to keep it. Small drops for Spence. Spence shot it wide. Ty James finds it. He puts one into the corner. 5 seconds left. Either way, whether the Toros hit the empty net or not, they're going to hold on and win. 3-1 final as the horn sounds.
And you hit the nail on the head there at the end. Everyone was trying to get the assist and not the goal. Middendorf coming up the ice, had a look, gave it to John Small. Small had it taken away. And then Ian Spencer did the same thing where Spencer might have had a chance. He tried to drop it back for Small. It doesn't really matter, though, as the Toros win 3-1 regardless, as I will step out and find... Never mind. Well, I'm going to stay right here in the broadcast booth.
We will send you out to a quick break. When we come back in, we'll wrap it all up with a recap here. Toros win 3-1 on their first game in Watertown.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code Hockey100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/Hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
I'm Lucas Sudin, and you're watching Minotauros hockey at NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. Toros pick up the 3-1 win over the Shamrocks. We'll take a look at all the scoring. Starting with in the first period, it was William Shepard on a nice play on the rush by the Shamrocks. It was the first shot on goal in the game. for the Shamrocks, and it went in. 5:07 into the period. Shepard from Vishnupur made it 1-0 in favor of the Shamrocks. But Jesse Yohala tied the game up early in the second. Yohala found a rebound from O'Hannison. Into the corner it went, and then right to the back of the net. Then the next goal for the Toros, Mindorf from Spencer. Should be a secondary assist. I think that's Tui on the back end who fed Spencer. But really, this play was all Gavin Mindorf. And then the Toros made it 3-1. Spence. You'll see him go to work behind the net here after the Toros dump this down low. Spence beats a man to the end wall, then finds Small, who again from a tight angle is able to beat LaShaw and make it 3-1. That goal would hold up, or that score would hold up through the third period. Toros close it out, outshooting the Shamrocks, or getting outshot by the Shamrocks actually, 10-8 in third period, bringing the game totals to 30-27. But it was all Toros after the first 5 minutes. Lucas Sweden stops 26 of 27 and 26 in a row after allowing the goal on the first shot of the game.
Yeah, and it was a tough start for the Toros as Watertown got ahead early. You saw some frustration in the first intermission from Landon Fleming, but sometimes what's just as important as taking an early lead is knowing how to respond when you find yourself in an early deficit, and the Toros surely did that tonight. A lot of clean looks in the second period, but I think your one qualm, if you're Cody Campbell, is how the Toros looked on the power play tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure the Toros 0 for 3 last Saturday against the Shamrocks, 0 for 4 tonight. A power play that had been clicking along at over 25% now falls under 25%. May have fallen out of the top spot in the league as well after today. I'm not sure.
Toros had a wide margin on the power play. I think they're probably still up in first.
But either way, 0 for 7 is not a stretch we've seen from this Toros power play unit. And if you're Cody Campbell, not only are you a little worried about it, but you're worried that other teams in the division may go to school and look at what the Shamrocks have been doing. And some of it, as you identified in the second period, Evan, is the face-off wins by the Shamrocks are certainly a huge part. Toros not winning the face-offs, having to go get the puck and then regain the zone. It makes it a lot harder to succeed on the power play.
But it's not just that the Shamrocks won the face-offs, it's that they won them straight back, and that allows a man to get to the puck clean without the Toros applying pressure, and that's what allows them to send it all the way down the ice. So it was pretty picture perfect for Watertown on the face-offs if they could have drawn it up on the penalty kill. But clearly, the Toros still go home with a 3-1 victory. You're nitpicking the small things here. And overall, this was a very solid game for the Toros, particularly the last 40 minutes.
It also means 8 in a row. The Toros win 8 games in the month of January. And it becomes just the fifth time in franchise history that the Toros have won 8 games in a month. 4 of them under the watch of Cody Campbell. The franchise record, 9 wins in a month. That came in November of 2013. But in the last 2 seasons, Cody Campbell has led his team to 4 different months with 8 wins. It's a pretty good stretch of hockey.
Yeah, without a doubt. And let's take a look to see if the Toros are going to gain some grounds in the Central Division. It doesn't look like it as the Bruins hold a 2-0 lead with 3 minutes to play. Bismarck Bobcats up 2-1 with 3:30 to play. So if those scores stand, no blood will be lost in the Central Division, at least among the top 3 teams.
Well, that'll do it for us here. For Grace Sandy, Kobe Brault, Evan Epstein, I'm Ken Oda, hoping you enjoyed the broadcast. Fairly certain you enjoyed the outcome. We'll talk to you from the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena tomorrow night at about 6:45.